Protest the Hero. It was actually at a Protest the Hero show.
I don't know how new they are. I feel like they just put out stuff like in like recent years.
It might have been some other band. I'm not sure.
I feel like there's a lot of bands like that, but like they're just now getting like super big because people didn't know about those old bands for some reason. I feel like, this is one of those things like even like Between the Buried and Me. Sorry, people who are alive, if you're listening. We're gonna get into the podcast now. We're having a very important music conversation. Yeah. But we're gonna start the episode up here in 3, 2, 1. Yo, and hello and welcome to Game Speak Podcast. New episodes go for free feed subscribers every Wednesday in audio format on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, and all of your favorite podcast platforms, as well as in video format on YouTube, so you can see us in where we need you to hit subscribe and click that notification bell. We are streaming live every Monday at 7:50 p.m. CST on twitch.tv/GameSpeakPodcast, Facebook.com/group/GameSpeakPodcast, and on YouTube if you want to catch the show as it happens before anyone else. Be sure to go ahead and join our ever-growing community in the GameSpeak Podcast Discord at dsc.gg/GameSpeakPodcast to hang and talk games, battle and catch Pokemon, get show updates, find friends to play games with, and so much more. This show is 3 BFFs, typically bringing you the hottest video game news of the week. I'm one of your hosts, Jamel Jafra, alongside Brent Barrios.
Heyo.
Yo. No, we just restarted again. But Devin is not here today. He's out of town with the fam. So, shouts to Devin.
Tisk. What can I say?
He's going to go in the GameSpeak gulag, dude.
Ooh.
Yeah, we're going to have to put him in the GameSpeak gulag. I don't know if that's a real thing, but
it is now.
We just made one.
Just shows up next week. We just throw a bag over his head.
Take him to the gulag. It's just like, yeah, we don't own this
Fight
place.
to survive.
It's him versus my dog, the GameSpeak dog. But anyways, so what's been up?
Oh, not much, man. Just working. But then the power went out.
Same here
and
for
I
like
was
a second.
Ours went out for more than a second, and I was at work. I was cutting mushrooms. I was like, God, I want to just play Zelda right now more than anything. And God was like, okay. And it was just.
So you're the one that caused the tornado.
Hell yeah, and I'll do it again.
Yeah.
And then the power went out, and everybody was like, well, we can't do anything. Y'all just hang out here for I guess an hour or two, and then we'll if it doesn't clear up, you guys can just go home. And so I just sat on a fucking crate and busted my Switch out. I bring my Switch with me to work every day.
In hopes that the power goes out.
In hopes that something like this happens.
That's awesome.
And it did. And I sat there and I played Zelda for several hours, got paid for it even.
Hell yeah.
And then I had to go home because, we're closed. But, shame, whatever. Went home, fucking played some Zelda.
Hell yeah.
It was great. I got a couple days off. And then this week I've got a chill week. I had a day off yesterday. Today is off. And I got a couple days off. It just got a chill week ahead of me. So, I feel like life's rewarding me for all the hard work I've been putting into it,
That's how it goes. You reap what you sow.
Yeah.
You put in the extra hours cutting them onions. God sent a tornado to Huntsville.
That's what happened. Yeah.
Yeah, there's people out there. Look, my home. It's just no, I'm just kidding. But no, I did see Huntsville got fucking wrecked.
Over there by Hobby Lobby, whole telephone poles were just snapped in half and stuff.
Yeah, my sister works at the Target there. She said that Target didn't have power for 2 days.
Yeah, Target was one of the only stores that even stayed open though. They had a generator, I guess, running half the store or something.
Yeah, literally, and.
Because Audra went in there to get some food, and they had all the freezers and stuff shut off, but they're bare bones. They were still kind of running the store. I don't know.
Yeah,
it was weird.
Yeah, she said it was dumb because their generator didn't actually generate enough electricity for the store.
No, yeah.
But yeah, Well, I'm glad it was just at the main city area. It wasn't just like wrecking people's houses. I think
Yeah.
it just took out Target and
It was like mostly that yummy movie theater area over there.
Yeah,
And then
Game
like
Exchange.
kind of up the strip there, but like they got the worst of it. Like they were down for like 4 days over there at like Hobby Lobby yummy area.
Damn.
Yeah. Fortunately, my house did not lose power that much.
Hell yeah.
I'm right down the street from all that, so I was.
Not really. You're kind of like 5 miles out from all that.
I mean, I guess so.
Yeah, you're down the highway. I feel like tornadoes are too lazy to head that far.
Over there.
Yeah, they like chill. They pop up. I feel like for like a minute. They're just like here to fuck shit up. It's like a mosh pit for a minute, and then they dissipate.
Yeah.
I mean, I could be completely wrong. I have no idea how
I think it's like that.
tornado science works. There could be like hour-long tornado.
Whatever happened here, it was very fast. It was like
Yeah.
20 minutes of craziness, and then it was just bright sunny skies, but the whole town was fucked up.
Yeah, and it was like hot and humid and shit. It came through here in Conroe, but like it was like so fast. Like there was no tornado. But the winds got so crazy that people were like pulling out of the road and like parking in my apartment complex parking lot because they couldn't see shit, and like their cars were getting like fucking pushed around and stuff.
I hope everybody's okay. That's crazy.
Oh,
Man, speaking of your apartment complex parking lot, your pool over there is looking.
It's
great
always
right now.
just fucking popping over there.
It's got to be. It's a good pool.
I told you, yeah, I did some laps in it, but ever since that day, like I didn't realize
it's probably too popping to work out over there.
It is, yeah, and I didn't realize summer was here for like where kids are like out of school.
Yeah, like real summer.
Yeah, because so that day that I went, that was like the last day before apparently school let out, so I haven't been able to go back ever since. Like it was just like a perfect day. There was nobody at the pool. I'm in there just swimming laps. But every day since it's looked like how it does right now, where there's like 45 people surrounding it. Like there's music going. People are like cooking on the grills and shit. Like I can't get in there. Like there's literally like a square of space in the pool. Like it's fucking dumb, dude.
I hate that.
Yeah. I don't know how people do that. Like I would not want to go sit in the pool with all these randoms.
I went to like the Splash Town a lot this past summer because I had a season pass or whatever, you know. And like I'd say 2 out of 3 times when you go into Splash Town, you're gonna just end up in a situation like that where you're like,
you're crushed.
You can't move,
You
gotta strategically pick the right day of the week to go to Splash Town and the right time of day.
Yeah, well, that's the same thing with like any I guess like amusement park. One, you're going to be so tired from just standing in the heat all day, and then you have all these people just bumping into you, and there's like nowhere to move and stuff. I hate it. But I like the days whenever it's like kind of dead.
Yeah, like if you luck out. One time I went to Disney World. Like, okay, we took my sister to Disney World. She worked at like a Disney internship program or whatever.
Yeah.
So we took her down there to drop her off, and the Disney people gave me like a day pass. They're like, my parents were gonna go take Allie around the fucking campus or whatever.
They were like, you go do whatever the fuck you want.
They're like, go fuck off in Magic Kingdom, basically.
That's what's up, dude.
And so I had like a free pass to fucking Disney World. So I'm running around Disney World. I rode Space Mountain like 5 times, like because this was right after 9/11. So I guess everybody was like scared to fly or something. So like.
Not you. You went to space.
Well, we drove. We drove there. So fucking right. No, but it was fucking amazing, dude. Like I rode that shit like 10 times, and then I went to they had a place called Disney Quest, right? I think this is what sparked my love for VR.
Yeah.
It's like a VR arcade in Disney World at the time. This was like
they don't have that anymore, but I know what you're talking about.
It's probably not as impressive anymore, because it's like all that shit's super outdated and stuff. You'd have to make whole new experiences. It's probably just not worth it,
No.
But at the time, it was crazy because there was no VR anywhere, and then you go there and you're like literally sitting on a magic carpet in this like primitive but effective VR. And you're like holding like the tassels of the carpet, like steering the carpet and shit. It was cool. I mean, like, and it was a multiplayer thing, so you see the other people flying around on their carpet, and you could like talk to them and stuff. It was
that's
neat.
cool. It had like fucking in-game chat.
Yeah,
and shit.
It was cool. I mean, you were sitting right next to the people, but it still was using like microphones and stuff to like.
That's cool.
It was really cool. There was a lot of cool stuff like that. I don't know.
Way ahead of its time. But yeah, I didn't really do much other than Zelda as well. I did watch Interstellar again.
It's a good movie, dude.
It's so good. Like every time I watch it, I'm like, I always forget this is on my top 3. Like it's in the top 3. That's how good it is. And I'm like of movies, not just like media in general, but like it's always The Matrix is number 1, no matter what for me. But I feel like
Great movie.
Interstellar is like another one of those top 3 movies that I can't really decide, because I know there's another one that I think is my second, but I can't remember what it is right now, and I'm going to regret saying that it's my second.
I like Interstellar a lot. It might be my favorite movie for sure.
It's another one of those movies that's so every minute of screen time is utilized. It's not just like, oh, let's just have a wasted moment. There's no wasted moments with that movie.
Yeah.
Everything's perfect.
It's so good.
It's so rare too. Like I guess that's what makes it so good, is that it's so rare. But I wish there was more like movies where you could just sit down and watch it from front to back and be like, wow, I feel like I just learned something. 1, 2, I felt like I just went on an adventure.
Yeah.
You know,
big time adventure. Yeah.
Yeah, like that shit. It just doesn't happen that often, and I think that's what makes it special, though.
Yeah.
But The Matrix is another one of those things. Not really learning too much from The Matrix.
Similar concepts, though, like
Yeah.
big time adventure rooted
Sci-fi.
in reality, but super sci-fi all at the same time. You know what I mean?
Philosophies, like
Philosophies, yeah.
I like to get schooled when I'm watching movies sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now I love Evil Dead. Like
But also
that's a
they're
different
not,
type
like,
of thing.
pretentious. Like, okay, those movies do a good job of like presenting a strong thematic idea without doing it in like a, pretentious way.
Yeah,
you
where
know?
it's just like, okay,
Like I think you get movies like Inception that are like
too much.
I still like Inception a
Yeah.
lot. I'm not gonna say it's too much, but it's not like a masterpiece like Interstellar
Yeah.
was because of just that underlying pretentiousness to the whole thing. You know what I mean? I don't know. Am I crazy for thinking that? Like,
No, I think you're right, but I don't know if I felt the pretentiousness in that movie as much as you did. I just didn't find
good
it as
movie. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, no.
I just feel like that's what's keeping it from reaching the heights in my mind of Interstellar. A lot of people are gonna put Inception way above Interstellar,
which is insane to me. It's
a lot
just
of people
not
really
that.
like Inception. Like it's
Well, I think people like the idea of being able to like control your dreams. I think that sounds more realistic to them than us traveling through a wormhole, which is actually insane because one's actually real. And I'm not saying that controlling your dreams is fake.
Well, the dream thing is really interesting because we don't really know much about dreams, and yet almost everybody experiences them. You know what I mean?
It's true.
It's like a shared phenomenon that we can all relate to, but still are all curious about. And
But
don't
it's all
fully understand.
disconnected, though. Like it'd be different if it was like we all had dreams that were somehow connected. That would be insane, especially if we didn't know how it worked. Like say you just had a dream and you just like randomly would connect with like one of your buddies or like your mom or something, and then like the next day you'd be like, that was crazy.
That's why you gotta get Neuralink, bro.
Yeah, dude. Then we can all just
Wi-Fi
stream our
stream the dream.
stream dreams.
You don't want to stream my dreams, bro.
Yeah, it's like no. I even if you stream my dream, I don't think it would just look like an AI generated fucking
It
picture.
would be weird, bro.
Yeah.
It would be a lot like an AI generated picture.
I think
I think a dream in AI generated fucking pictures.
I do too. I like
I see those movies where they're like, I saw one the other day. It was like The Rock eating rocks, and it was just an AI generated movie of The Rock, and he's like picking up rocks and he's like just munching them hardcore.
It's like, yeah, I could dream that.
That's the kind of like everything was all like clay looking and like 'cause he was all like warping and shit and like eating the rocks and like
It's got that fuzzy like resonance to all of them.
And I'm like, yeah, that's my dreams right there. Yeah.
Have you ever had one of those dreams where like you're you, but you don't look like you, and like you're like talking to somebody who is somebody, but they don't look like that person? You know what I'm saying? It's like the whole dream. It's like, oh, I'm talking to Brent, but you look like, I don't know, fucking Ronald McDonald or something. Like you don't even look like Brent, but I know it's you. Or like
Not really.
You've
no.
never had that?
I have dreams where there are people that I like know from reality, but like in my dream they're a different person. Like, you know what I mean? Like
That's what I mean. Yeah, it's like someone in the real world, like.
But it's like the opposite of what you're saying. Like I don't recognize them as the person that I know them from in reality. Like I'll see, like my brain uses faces of people I know to like make
placeholders
in like, you know what I mean? It's weird.
Gotcha. So they look like someone you know, but it's not them.
It's not them. It's like a totally different character.
I don't know.
Sometimes I'm not even me in my dreams. Like I'll have dreams where I'm just like
a different person.
Like it's weird.
See, that's actually kind of sketchy to me. Like not you, but it's scary.
Pretty sketchy, bro.
Sketchy as in scary. Like to have a dream where like you see someone that you know and you go up to them and like they start talking and it's not them. You know what I'm saying? Like imagine that in real life. Imagine you see me and I'm just standing there and you like come on, you're like, "Yo, Jamel," and like I start talking and it's obviously not me.
It makes me think of that Possessor movie that I fucking was saying was so fucked up the other day that I watched.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Like it's that concept. Like the guy's the chick is an assassin, and she like studies the person's body she's gonna take over for like a week, so she'll like, you know, surveillance them from outside their house or whatever and learn all their mannerisms and shit.
Yeah.
And then whenever she takes over their body, she like lives in their body for like 2 or 3 days before she assassinates whoever she's gonna fucking kill.
As that person.
Yeah, because sometimes it takes a while to like get to the target because it's like a high profile target or whatever. You know? So like she takes over this guy's body and like he goes up to the girlfriend and like he says the same thing that he's been saying the whole time, and instantly she's like, "There's something different about you." It's just that thing, you know what I mean? Like,
and they're like, "No, it's me."
It's really interesting, bro. The movie's super fucked though. I don't recommend watching it.
Yeah, I think that's why I didn't watch it, because you had already recommended not watching it.
I will continue to not recommend it. It made me think of that for sure.
Yeah. But that's we need a Dream Speak podcast, dude. Now, but okay, let's get back to the video games. Speaking of which, currently playing, obviously, is that all you've been playing as well?
Let me just get my other one out of the way. So I've also been playing a game called Demio. My buddy from work convinced me to get it because it's like a D&D tabletop game. So like, a few of the people who used to play D&D with I've got this, and now we're playing like, you know, this D&D game. It's in VR, but you can also play it out of VR. Like I think I'm the only one in our group that's actually playing the VR version. But it's really sick. Like fucking it's like a tabletop setup, and you move your little miniatures through this like dungeon or whatever. And then other miniatures come out, and it's set up to look like a really elaborate like tabletop setup, like somebody built this, you know.
Oh, nice.
But like, you know, you pick your class, and then you like go through the dungeons, and you earn gold, and there's like a card-based system where you like buy cards after each round, and then you use the cards to like cast spells and stuff. And it's like up to 4 players, so, but you can also just do 2 players where each of you controls 2 characters if you want, which is what I did last time. But I think tonight we're going to run it with 3 people, so I'm not sure how that's going to work.
Nice. So y'all are doing this instead of D&D now?
Yeah, right now we are. Our D&D sessions have kind of fallen through. Our old DM moved to Alaska, so.
Wow. That's crazy. So how are y'all liking this versus D&D though?
It's not the same. It's not the same. D&D is way deeper, way more like, you know, you can do whatever you want. Like it's more of a role-playing experience. This is more of just like this is almost like Fire Emblem, but like multiplayer.
Oh, okay.
But like with D&D elements to it, like dice rolling and moving through a little set piece and stuff. You know what I mean?
Y'all should try that Star Wars like tabletop game that
sounds dope. What?
Yeah, it's like old too. It's been around since like the 90s or something, but it's like a D&D tabletop. It's kind of like Warhammer but Star Wars. Like,
I'll play the shit out of that.
Yeah, apparently it's dope. That place Gamers Grove over there, apparently they have like a Star Wars night that they do it every week. So
that is so fucking cool. I'll play that.
We should check that out. But yeah, okay, cool. So that aside, let us talk the Tears of the Kingdom.
Ah, yes.
Ah,
the Tears of the Kingdom. So I must ask, for you to not spoil like the ending for me or
Dude,
anything?
I haven't even beat it yet.
Oh, okay, cool.
That's another thing I wanted to say. I'm actually stuck, like, because after you do a certain thing, which I thought was the end of the game, it's not. Like, you don't even like. Basically, after you get the sages, they're like.
There's more, a lot more after that.
I don't know if there's a lot more, but they're basically like you all meet up, a thing happens, and then I was like, oh shit, well now what? And then like the lady's like, oh yeah, there's more sages, and I'm like, oh motherfucker.
There's 6 sages according to the legends. That's what the fucking the videos I've been feeding me. But there's 4 sages that went into battle with the Sage of Time,
which is Link, and so there's one other sage.
No, the Sage of Time is Zelda.
Or Zelda, yeah. Sorry, yeah.
And then,
but there's one other besides Zelda.
You're right. The 6th sage. They said there's 6 sages at one point. So I've seen them briefly. I don't want to spoil the 2 that you get from the thing, but
no,
I'm betting it's something. I don't know, man. Either way,
think of sages as dungeons, basically. Like
Yeah.
in the way that we're talking about it, if you want to understand what the sages are, it's actually like a character from each dungeon. But like, so after you do all those and you do that thing, then she's like, there's another sage, but we don't know where they're at. And like, they don't tell you anything on the map. They don't give you anything. And I haven't been wanting to Google it. I'm just kind of going around trying to figure it out. She's
have
like,
you gone to that temple in the northeast at all?
which one is that?
There's like, I don't know if it's a temple, but there's like some sort of thing on the map that's like really obviously a big square up to the northeast. And like, I've been meaning to go up there and check it out, but
The northeast?
yeah, it's at the very northeastern corner of the map. And
That might be the other phenomena area
maybe
that you're talking about, because there's one north, or like northeast, northwest, and like southeast and southwest.
The ones I haven't done yet are the southeast and southwest ones, I'm pretty sure. Because northeast is Goron Mountain, right?
No. Well,
No?
yeah, it is, but there's another one.
Further
Yeah, like to the right of it, or down in the wetlands.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I'm making my way over there right now to go to the village where that researcher guy is.
researcher guy.
The goggles dude. I just got that.
Oh yeah.
I just went to the horse god like lake. That's literally the last thing I did.
Melania? No, I'm
Yeah,
just kidding.
I went
Or
to
whatever his name
the horse lake or whatever, the lake of the horse god, and I fucking got the giant white horse. Have you gotten that?
I believe so. Did you talk to the horse god?
I haven't like met the horse god himself,
Oh, okay.
but I've like slept in the horse bed, and he's like, "Yo, horse god message coming at you." But like, I went to the place, the horse god like lake, and I got the fucking giant white horse. So they're like, there's a giant white steed and the horse god, and like I did the giant white steed thing, but I didn't get the horse god. I haven't met the horse god.
I meant to mention something about the game. Like,
did you notice that like your old horse
Yes.
from Breath of the Wild?
that's what I wanted to
I was
say.
gonna say, like, as soon as I booted it up, Little Wheezy from Breath of the Wild was there. And
Mine
I
was
like,
Charlie.
oh,
Yeah.
I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah,
dude.
and I was like, wait a minute. And he was like, he had way better stats than any horse I had found at that point.
Yeah,
so I
for
was
sure.
using him. I don't even fuck with the horses anymore at this point in the game. Like, I've just got so much stamina and shit. There's no need for them. And like,
I like my big white horse. He's pretty dope.
I'm going to tell you though, with the, not with the horses,
He's
damn,
got unlimited, like, fucking
runs.
yeah.
Basically, you need to search the east side of the map. I'm not going to tell you why. I'm not going to spoil anything for anybody, but if you ever play the game, as early as you can, go explore the east side.
East side?
Near Hatno, like in that area, and just look around for places, because something very cool is over there. Like that, like plays a major role, not in the story or anything, just like in your role-playing experience. So just go over there.
Dude, I saw a dragon, but I was too scared to go fuck with it. Like,
You talking about the big ones flying in the sky?
the 3-headed, like,
Oh, that's a Gleeok.
a Gleeok?
Yeah, that's a Gleeok. That's the first boss in the first
pull out
Zelda
my
game.
Gleeok.
Yeah, the Gleeoks, those I have not defeated one of those yet.
Have you tried?
I tried a lightning one
That's what it was. It was a lightning
in the
one.
Colosseum, like in the ruined Colosseum.
It was in like it was just chilling. Like, it wasn't even, I don't know if it was in a ruined Coliseum or what, but I saw it from a distance. I looked at my scope. I was too scared to go up.
Yeah, they'll fuck you up like big time.
Yeah,
like those.
I figured, you know.
Yeah, I've killed Lionels. I've killed the giant spiders. I've killed
I've killed
everything.
a lot of fucking big crazy bosses, which is a lot of fun. There's a whole lot of bosses. I will say this: it's very Elden Ring-y, like
very much.
Like, the game to me feels like Elden Ring and Horizon Zero Dawn mixed together.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, that's what I get from it. Like, this is the vibes I get from it. Like, and I really enjoy it. You know. It's way better than Breath of the Wild. Fucking, I couldn't get into Breath of the Wild. This, I'm just absolutely absorbed into. You know what I mean?
Like I said, the main difference is the world feels full.
I think, to me, the difference is like the freedom you have to like do what you want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like Hitman-esque, where it's like you get an objective and then it's just like, all right,
do it however you want.
Figure it out. You know what I mean? I fucking love that. You know what I mean? Because I feel like I'm pretty creative, and I've come up with some really just interesting ways to beat like objectives that I think it wanted to be harder than I made it, you know.
Yeah.
Or sometimes I make it harder than it
actually needs to be,
you know.
But the crazy thing is like, even with that, you can tell everything is intricately designed. It's not like, you know, like if you wanted to play through this game and just follow the rules of whatever they gave you, you could beat the game that way. But like it gives you the option to not do that, you know. And it kind of is like, hey, you probably should just try and fuck around, like, you know.
It makes it way more fun to make.
Oh, yeah.
You know, when you're building like giant fucking bridges and then putting like fucking balloons on the side of them and like lifting yourself up into the sky, you know, like that's just a magical thing, you know. Or like you build some kind of crazy device and then suck down like 5 of those fucking large Zonai charges or whatever and just like zip across the whole map on it, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, dude.
Or put like 10 batteries on the same device.
Just go forever. Have you been, you know, increasing your battery?
Yeah, a little bit. I've got 2 full batteries and then 1 battery with like 1 bar or 2 bars or something.
Yeah, the quicker you can increase those, just do it, because it's like.
Well, I got a lot of the charges from following that fucking underground quest. You know what I mean? Because you pick up a lot of Zonite from fucking just, you know, going through the depths in general, and then like whenever you get, every time you fight that fucking dude, you get like a chest with like 100
a chunk of it, and there's a little refinery right there. You can just sell them, or buy the charges or whatever.
Yeah. I've noticed if you really want to just like if you buy all that guy's charges and then you want to replenish the charges, you can like sleep. You can make a fire, sleep at the fire, make a fire again, sleep at the fire, and then save it and load it, and
it'll all be there again.
It'll all be there again.
Yeah, one cool thing, like, I love watching about this game, like, you know how they have the blood moon like every couple of nights.
When the blood moon
rises. I hate that. Like, but you gotta.
It scares me every time it happens. I think some shit's going down, and then it's just the blood moon thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
You know why they do that, right?
So your enemies can respawn.
Yeah. So the enemies will respawn. Like, if you knocked an NPC out of like a place where it's supposed to be, like if you fucked up your shit, it basically resets everything except for the items you have in like you know, your place in the game and all that shit.
That's cool.
It's pretty interesting. It's a really cool like look into that.
It's a way. It's also, I feel like, their answer to Elden Ring's like go to the bonfire and all the enemies come back type shit. You know
that
what I
too.
mean? Yeah. I feel like it's that. It's got a lot of Elden Ring influence in it. It really does. Like the music, the fucking like landscape of everything, the fucking feel of everything. You know what I mean?
Though a lot of that was in Breath of the Wild, which makes me think that Elden Ring took it from them, and then they were like, "Shit, we'll go even further.
We'll borrow a little from you guys." You know?
Yeah.
Might as well.
No, one
greatness building on greatness. You know what I mean?
Have you found any costumes or like any outfits?
Bro, I got so many outfits, dog.
Oh, dude.
So I've got the first piece of gear out of the no slip gear for the fucking
for the journalist
quest. Yeah. I'm pretty deep into the journalist quest right now. I'm getting paid 100 rupees a thing right now. You know.
You'll be getting more soon. And have you talked to the fairies yet? The great fairies?
I've talked to one of them. and I upgraded a little bit of my armor.
That's what I was about to say. You need to get those open because like upgrading is like my slip
you can
suit.
go back to the ferries, right? But you can only upgrade your armor one time per ferry?
No, you just have to have whatever they are requesting for you to upgrade it.
Oh, okay.
But like I think each one does different types of armor. So like I have my slip frog suit or whatever. It's like maxed out, and so like it actually gives me like it like if you max out a full thing of armor, it'll add an extra ability to the armor or whatever it is. So it's pretty cool.
So I've got the slip armor, I've got a lightning proof armor, I've got a fast climbing armor, I've got heat resistant armor, frost resistant armor, I've got one armor that gives me an attack bonus.
Yeah. So that's you getting all that from the depths, probably.
And
like
I'm
Matt
not even
treasure
sure,
chest.
Honestly, no, I don't even know. Honestly, I don't know where I got that one. Like, I don't think I got it from the depths, but I do have one mark in the depths that I haven't gone to yet.
Oh, nice.
But it's way off, and I'm too scared to go get it right now. Honestly,
dude, it's some cool stuff, man. Like different outfits and whatnot, but like
I have one. I bought one with pose that's literally just the classic Link outfit. You know what I mean?
Wait, where are you selling your pose to?
At Lookout Landing, there's a fucking statue that'll like buy your pose from you.
Really? Okay.
It's some bullshit though. Like all it's got is that cool tunic and then like a bunch of bombs and like shit like that.
I was about to say because if you follow that whatever he is the whatever clan the
Yurga clan.
Yeah, that guy. You end up like after you finish his quest, like nearby, like it doesn't even like send you to it. I was just kind of like looking around. There's like a quest there where you have to like there's like this giant statue under in the depths that's like you got to talk to somebody who's in the water like near the Great Plateau or whatever, and then you do all that, and then you have to like find all of his eyes like outside of the chasms, and then like throw them in, land in, and then carry them over to him at like 4 different chasms. It's all this crazy shit just for him to like buy pose from you, or like
wow.
But he does give you a heart container or a stamina thing. So
cool.
But like some of the stuff that he offers is pretty good as well. Like I got I mean I'm not gonna say what it is, but I got some armor that was pretty dope.
I like how some of the quests it's like either just like a really quick like it's very Grand Theft Auto-esque. Like you don't know what you're in for when you like
start it up.
Quest. Yeah, like
it could be nothing.
It could be some simple bullshit. It could just be like somebody in one of those douchebags in disguise trying to fucking kill you, or it could just be like like a really long elaborate like go all the way through the depths of the fucking underworld type shit. You know what I mean?
And then come out with like a dope blade and like some armor. Though like if you get any cool blades, save them. Like it would, any one that like you obviously don't need to fight with. That if you're like this one stands out a lot, I really like this one. Just save it until like next time we talk, because I think once you visit like around the east area, you're gonna find something that you'll use those for. So.
I have some really cool like I always keep like one weapon that's like 40 like damage or so at least, and that's like my heavy hitter. You know, like I'll pull that out if I gotta fucking whoop some ass. At one point, I had one. It was like a hammer that did like 70 damage or something. But it damaged me too. So like, fucking,
was it a gloom one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, I would take out whole bosses with it and just like pop, 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 and the whole boss would be dead. But I'd have like half my hearts gone too.
Yeah, dude, it's pretty cool. I like the different shit like that.
Me too. It was really neat. Like, honestly, there's so much to it, and like so many different creative ways you can like be. Like fight and combat. Like, did you do the shrine where you like have all the Roombas and you gotta like
you put
like,
blades on them and shit?
Yeah, that shit was so fun, dude.
What I did, I put the spike shields on them, and I sent them off to the right so all the monsters would follow them. And I snuck around and got up top, killed the one that was up there, and then I took the flamethrowers and put them on the other Roombas, and just literally just sent the flamethrower Roombas down, and they just murdered everybody.
I just made flamethrower Roombas. and ice thrower Roombas. And they were like freezing them and firing them. And then I had one Roomba that I put spike balls on, but he just wasn't doing a very good job.
He was just Roomba.
He was just doing the best he could.
Yeah.
He wasn't very effective. He kept flipping over, you know?
Yeah, a little Robo Boy. He's just trying. They'll hit you too. Like, that was the one thing I fucked up the first time I went in there. That was the only time I think I've ever lost a shrine. And it was because I put the flamethrower on the Roomba thing backwards. Like, I didn't realize that I was facing the front side of the Roomba. And so, like, whenever I put the flamethrower on him, it just immediately started flaming and, like, shooting me in the face.
No, I almost killed myself in that one night.
I did that, yeah. I was like, motherfucker. I was like, that's my fault. I wasn't paying attention.
I like the ones where it takes all your weapons away and you have to, like, get creative with the combat, you know?
Oh, yeah, I love all those. See, on Breath of the Wild, there was a whole island, like that Eventide Island, which is in this one, but it doesn't do the same thing as like in, it does something cool, but it doesn't do what it did in the first game. In the first game, Eventide Island, you took a sailboat all the way out to it, and once you got there, like, you basically lost all of your gear. Like, everything just disappears, and there's like a boss on there, and like all this shit, so you had to like go around and like make a weapon, or like, you know, cut down a tree to get a weapon,
cool.
and like take out slowly, like you'd be like stealthily taking out, like, you know, bokoblins and all that shit,
yeah,
and then fight the big boss who has a giant like diamond on his chest that you needed to get to get out.
I
of
had
there.
a quest like that on the fucking on this one. It was like you went to this cave and they're like, we all in our underwear fighting these monsters, and then you have to like creep around the cave like in your underwear. Like,
I haven't even got to that. Like that's the crazy part, dude. I'm 110 something hours or 115 hours
bro,
in.
I've gotta have sunk a whole lot of time into this game. I'm not sure how far I am. But
It'll tell you if you go back to the home
I'm
screen.
not sure how accurate it is because I've kind of just been leaving the game on. When I'm not playing it, I just leave it running in sleep mode. You know what I mean? And
If it's in sleep mode, it's not counting the time. Or like
okay.
like anytime I pause it, I hit the home button because then it like cuts out like whatever's happening.
I'm just saying my time might be inaccurate because sometimes I just leave it and walk away. You know what I mean?
For sure. Dude, I've spent a lot of fucking time. It's crazy to me that I haven't, like, there's still things that I haven't done. There's still a lot of things I probably haven't done.
There's just tons of shit to do. Like, you know, I'm, like, overwhelmed with shit to do.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. Like,
it's like my quest list, like my side quest list or whatever. Like, I have to, like, hold it for, like, 30 seconds to get to the part where there's, like, something that I can mark to go follow.
It's so crazy how detailed the map is, too. The exploration is really cool because you just, like, can look at the map and just, like, look at all the topography and just think, I'm going to go over here and fucking just, like, see what that little detail on the map actually
was that
is,
little dot
you know?
or whatever.
What's that little dot? Yeah, and usually it's something cool. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. I need to go and, like, expand my weapon holdings or whatever. I have like 45.
I don't know where to find that guy again.
I can't find him.
Bro,
he was
I
at
ran
Lookout.
into him one time, and he was like, yeah, man, if you ever see me again, just give me some seeds, bro. And I never saw him again.
He's at the Lookout place. For
What?
you, if that was the first time you met him, then he's at the Lookout place.
He's just chilling over there?
Yeah, and then I went up to him and I sold him like 20 fucking, you know, of the Korok seeds, and then I left. Came back, he wasn't there again, and like it's this whole time I've been playing, I haven't ran into him again.
One seed per fucking.
It gets more as it goes.
Get more
I think it
expensive?
becomes 2 or 3 or something.
Okay, I was about to say because I got a bunch of seeds, so I should be able to fucking expand my. I got like 14, so not a bunch, but I've got.
You'll be able to expand it for
pretty
a
good
amount.
You know?
That's how I did the first time I walked up to him. So that's what you'll end up doing.
I still don't know what the deal is with those frogs, but I keep killing and collecting those snowflakes or whatever they got. I got a fuck.
You still haven't ran into those?
Nah, man.
Oh,
I got a bunch of those frog things though, for real. I follow those bunnies. Anytime I see one of the bunnies, I fucking follow it all the way to the frog, kill the frog.
Dude.
I got a fuckload of frog. I know it's important, so I've got a bunch of them.
Yeah, save them because it's like a whole side quest thing. Like there's a guy, he's like an ugly little dude who wants to become one of those monsters
Where
that
do I
you
meet
kill.
him at?
I don't. He's outside of a cave, actually. Like him and his, like he looks like a monster, and he's like a short monster-looking guy. And if you go up to him, like you think it's a monster, and then he turns around and he was wearing like a mask on the back of his head, and it's like these two brothers who have like this weird like Tim Burton-y like esque like fucking like balloon thing that they sell stuff out of, and he wants those so he can eat them to become one. Like he's like obsessed with becoming a monster or whatever. He's like, please bring me all of the ones that you can get, you know. And then
what the fuck?
he's like, I'll give you shit for them.
I gotta find this guy, man.
Yeah, and he only appears at night. So like once you first meet him, like after you can meet him the first time and it's not nighttime, but after that, yeah, it's always nighttime when you can meet him. So
I find a lot of those Korok seed dudes. I'm kind of tired of like taking the fucking guys.
Oh, I don't, dude. I skip over that shit. I just go for the ones that are like single ones, like where it's like.
Yeah, sometimes if it's easy, like most of the time, if I ride my horse, I attach a trailer to it and just ride around with a horse.
Carry him.
I just have a trailer on my horse like 90% of the time.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know, man. Like, I might as well just throw him in the fucking buggy. You know what I mean? Like,
a cool way to get like free food or like full plate meals. You know, if you see like people on like a horse with wagon and you go and you follow them, they'll like start getting attacked by bokoblins, and if you kill the bokoblins, they'll like give you a plate of food. They're like, here's a meal with like
I've saved a
worth
few
a bunch of
people
hearts
from bokoblins before, just
Yeah.
like randomly. Like I'll just roll up and they'll be like trying to cook, and then they're getting attacked, and I kill the dude, and they're like, oh thanks.
And they give you anything?
They give you something.
Yeah.
Usually it's like some food. I like the dude who was holding up the sign all over the place.
Oh my gosh, he's like in like blizzards and like. Yeah.
He's fucking hilarious, and I don't know, that's just an entertaining little fucking thing for me. Like I always like making a little structure to like hold up his shit.
Yeah, me too. And he always gives you 20 rupees, you know.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
In a meal.
You know? Yeah,
you know?
he hooks it up, man. Sometimes he gives you a bomb or like a pony
or a
pass.
puff. What are they called? Puff shroom.
Puff shroom.
Yeah. But like those get more elaborate too. Like it reaches a point to where like the sign will be like 3 on top of each other. You gotta like put stuff in between them and do all this shit.
Wow.
Yeah. The more you find him, the crazier they get.
I noticed the supplies that I find around him are getting like less and less like convenient. Like,
yeah.
I had to stack up a bunch of rocks on
that,
one of
yeah.
them. You know what I mean?
Cut down trees.
Yeah, cut down some trees.
That's kind of like my path with it is like I always like say it's facing this way. I'll like put one up like this, and then I'll put one on the side and glue it to the one that's going like this, and then put one on this side that's glued to that one, and then like I'll put like a rock at the end of the ones that are like slanted like that, so they don't move, and then typically that's how I do it.
My move is like I make a tripod usually, so like I make like a two-part thing at first, right? And it, like I put it right under it, like
that's what I'm talking
and it
about.
Holds it up, and then I put a third one that just like is a support beam that keeps it from like falling over.
That's what I do.
And that's it. That's all I do.
Yeah.
And then fucking 90% of the time it works.
Works, yeah.
And if it doesn't work, I'll add another beam to it for support. But
I want to know what happens if you complete that quest.
I don't know, man. But that guy has got to be grateful.
He's good. He's good marketing.
Yeah.
But anyways, I guess we can go ahead and
and the voice acting is fucking great. I just want to say, like, I'm really pleased with the fact that we've got like fully voice acted like cast now. You know what I mean?
It's funny because Link doesn't talk, but everybody else does. I don't like Zelda's voice.
Yeah, it's too deep.
Yeah, and it's just like she sounds like she's on like fucking the British Bake Off or whatever.
When the blood moon rises,
she's
the British Bake Off will be judged.
That, and like every time she talks, she's just like, "Oh, Link, what are we going to do?" You know, it's just like, why do you sound like this?
Sounds like Laura Croft, like, you know what I mean?
Kind of like a whiny bitch version of Lara Croft.
Yeah.
Like she always sounds whiny, even though like she's like powerful and like a sage of time. You know, and, like they make her.
I couldn't believe that was fucking Killua. Just like you said, I thought it was Gon.
I thought it was Gon. That's why I looked it up.
I heard it and I was like, oh, that's Gon. And fucking it wasn't. It was Killua. But I was like, that's Killua attempting to do Gon's voice as a character.
I've done that before, actually. Like Killua and Gon sound completely different in the show, but like I've seen another show where the same lady does a voice, like Killua's voice actor does a voice, and I thought it was Gon. And like I don't know why she just has a gone voice. Like
she does a lot of voice acting work too.
A lot,
it probably all kinds of blends together at some point. You know.
That's
what I mean?
true. That's true.
She's really good though.
But see, I like that you like the game though, even though like the place that you went to, you know, like I'm sure the story's a little weird for you because everybody's like, "Oh, Link," you know, like, "Hey, what's up, bro?" You know, like, "Remember me from Breath of the Wild?" You know, like I'm
well,
sure.
I mean, I'm just assuming I'm like a local celeb. You know what I mean? I did some big things. You know, did some Link-like things.
Yeah, in Breath of the Wild, that's what they're like. So all these characters are from Breath of the Wild. Like that, all the sages you're meeting are like characters that were already in the first ones, you know, and they were just like, "Oh, you're back. What's up, bro?" You know, so like I'm sure that gets a little weird, like, but like
it's not that hard.
It's not okay. I just couldn't see it from outside of that perspective. I was like, "Oh yeah, everybody knows Link now," you know, and like in Hatno, like in the first game, Link I'm pretty sure it's Link's house. Yeah, in Hatno, your house from Breath of the Wild is still there, but Zelda was living in it in this one. So I guess like they were living together, which is weird. Like I don't understand. I'm like,
one of the voice actors confirmed that they're like an article in this game for sure.
That's what I was thinking because I'm like, I was living there alone, bro. I don't remember Zelda being there. Like
she moved in.
Yeah, she moved in. Apparently, her diary's in there and shit.
Oh shit.
And like, there's like pictures of like her with like her horse and everything on the wall. I'm like, the fuck? But yeah, go check that place out. Go check out
That's
Hatno
my
Village.
Next stop because I gotta go. I'm going to that one quest line. The older guy. Quest line. That's the next thing on my agenda right now. So.
But yeah, just in case you get confused about that.
Are you saying that there's a compendium thing that I can get down in the depths too, though, or it's that?
It's that guy. You have to follow that guy because he gives you your Sheikah device or whatever the fuck it's called.
Right.
The full abilities, like it.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. So he was definitely next on my agenda. I just keep getting sidetracked every time I'm like walking that way. I see a new horse stable or I see a something and I'm like, oh, gotta go over there.
Just remember it's worth getting it out of the way because he makes you do a couple things to get the radar and all that stuff, but that radar makes the rest of the game so much easier. Like at least the exploration.
That's why I'm doing all the side quests and stuff before I do the last two fucking
sages.
Yeah, because I want to like,
struggle.
Have as much of the shit as I can. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm really enjoying it. I've been playing it a lot, dude. Like a lot.
Oh, me too.
Like all my free time.
I agree. Anyways, let's get into the video game news. We have some big news to talk about today, which is the PlayStation Showcase. Did you grab everything from it?
I can pull that up. I'll go ahead and just run through the PS Showcase for us right now.
Hold up real quick. I'm going to see what they're saying up here.
I'll go ahead and start talking. So PlayStation had a showcase. Let's see. Got to get this internet going in here. Okay. Let me get
What's
off
up,
of your internet, actually.
Glastigan and Glacial Musher? Or what's up, people? We're about to jump into the announcements and like give our thoughts and whatnot on the PlayStation Showcase.
All right, so this is not the order in which the things were announced at the PlayStation Showcase. This is just the order in which IGN has written it all down. So bear with me.
Does it include everything?
It should, yes. So we got a Spider-Man 2 lengthy gameplay showcase. Did you watch the showcase?
Yeah, I watched the showcase as it was happening.
So yeah, you saw this, and like I said before, we even saw the showcase. Like I already want to buy Spider-Man 2. Like this is
we didn't need a 45-minute demo of it.
It's not a big surprise to me that this game looks dope as fuck. But I will say, it does look. It does look dope as fuck.
Yeah, it looks dope, but I don't really. It looked more linear to me than like the other ones. Like it looks like it's kind of like going a more like.
I don't think it will be.
You don't think so?
No, that's probably just that one quest. A lot of the quests have like a structured path that it makes you go down. Like you're leaving the mission zone, but then as soon as you get out of the mission, it's like back to the world, the open world kind of thing.
Okay, I was about to say that'd be weird if they pulled a Another game that's here that like where they just like narrowed the scope on it. I was like,
Nah, I bet if anything, it's more open world than, you know what I mean?
yeah.
My question is, are you going to be able to jump back and forth between Peter and Miles at will, or is that going
I
to
don't
be just
think so.
something that happens sporadically throughout the story? You know, is it going to be like Grand Theft Auto where you can like hold the D-pad and just morph into their
No,
body?
on the
you know?
website it said something along the lines of like mission based. Like it's going to be based on the mission or something like that, where it's like to further the story. So I heard some speculation on it where they were saying like it might be how like in the other games where at nighttime like it switches over or something like that. Like maybe like you play as one person. No. And the other ones, the mission doesn't, right? It's like something like.
And the other ones, you just play as Spider-Man, or you
No,
play
not
as-
the switch between characters, but there's something about the day and night cycle that affects the missions or something like that.
I can't really remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember there being. I think that like the mission. Okay, the missions affect the day and night cycle is what it is.
Yeah,
Like it's not day or night based on a 24-hour like in-game clock.
it's
like,
based on how you do the
You
mission.
do a certain mission and then it's nighttime afterwards, or you know.
Yeah, so that's what they're thinking is like maybe you do a certain mission and then you
And then
play
you're
as them
Peter,
until
yeah.
you go to the next thing.
That would make sense, especially if Peter's gonna eventually turn evil or something, and the final showdown is like you versus like symbiote fucking Spider-Man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I like how he's just like rude the whole time.
He's like, fuck off.
Yeah.
Anyways, but yeah, Spider-Man looks cool. No way that's gonna be bad. Like,
No.
then we got Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater remake.
We probably shouldn't hit all these big ones first, because then we're just gonna have all the boring shit to talk about after. But yeah, Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater is what is what this one's called. CG trailer, no gameplay, no release date, but they also announced a collection of 1, 2, and 3, right?
Yeah.
That's coming this fall.
The question is 3 like the original 3, or is it the 3 remake? It's the first 3, right? Like the original.
What do you mean
3.
the remake?
It's not Delta or whatever, right? Like this is gonna be called Metal Gear Solid Delta. The remake isn't gonna be called Metal Gear Solid 3 for some reason.
No, it's just called Delta
Metal Gear Solid Delta.
Snake Eater.
But the package, the collection volume 1 is gonna be 2 and 3, 1, 2, and 3. Like
Yeah.
actual 3, not Delta.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got
It's like the old school. They're just bringing them to like I guess digital, which is weird though because I'm pretty sure you can already play those on Xbox. Like I'm almost positive. So I don't understand what that collection is. Is it like a remake or not remake, but like a reskin or something like?
Maybe they like upscale it to 4K or something.
That's what I'm thinking. It's got to have something special about it. Is
Yeah.
probably what this is.
That's what I'm thinking. Probably a 4K. I'm just gonna go in the whatever IGN does here. So if it's big ones, it's all good. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Though
so
I do want to say, this is also Metal Gear Solid's also coming to Series X and PC.
right.
So like Spider-Man, I think like as we go through, we need to mention which ones are exclusive and whatnot because we need to have that conversation too. But yeah, but PlayStation exclusive Spider-Man, obviously. Next one, I thought it was
Spider-Man is probably gonna come to PC
at some
also.
point.
I mean, everything that's a PlayStation exclusive is
Is
probably
coming to
gonna
PC
come
at
to
some point.
PC.
But I'm talking about like console. It's not console exclusive. Spider-Man is, but Metal Gear Solid is not. It's coming to Xbox as well.
Yeah.
Which I thought it was I was like pissed
You
when I
really
saw.
think it would be a PlayStation exclusive just because of Metal Gear Solid's history with
Right.
PlayStation, you know what I mean? But that's probably a good thing. You know, at the end of
Yeah.
the day, 5 performed really well on the original or on Xbox One.
Mhm.
So I think it makes sense for them to do it on every console. You know what I mean?
That and it's gonna be weird. Like who's developing this? Nobody knows who's actually working on it. It's like it's
I mean, it's definitely a Capcom thing.
Konami.
Konami, yeah.
Yeah.
So
But there's no
I don't know why I always get Capcom and Konami mixed
because
up.
they're both Japanese, both sound like K. But like Hideo Kojima's not there anymore, you know. So like who's helming this and is it gonna be good? If it was Capcom, this shit would be dope as fuck because they're great at remakes.
Well, the
But, like-
interesting thing here is that you don't have to be at Kojima's level of creativity
To remake.
to remake Kojima's stuff. You know what I
True.
mean? Like, you just have to give it a nice new coat of paint and better mechanics, and you know what I mean?
But are they gonna make a good remake? That's the question.
I think that, like,
You know,
the remakes have been so good lately, like, for the most part.
but they're all Capcom though, not Konami. That's what I was saying. If Capcom was doing this, I wouldn't have a doubt in my mind.
No doubt.
It would be so wet, like everything would just be
soaking wet, dude.
but beautiful as fuck.
This would be the ultimate game to just be
super wet. Yeah,
they
dude.
should collab with Capcom. That would be the way to go, honestly.
But that CG trailer, like, to be honest with you, like, whenever it was just kind of over the top, which is fine because Metal Gear is over the top, but I felt like it was just like,
I didn't know where they were going with it.
yeah,
first, honestly.
the parrot like flies in with the fucking rat or whatever, and then like alligator jumps out, and then another alligator jumps out, and they start twisting around and fucking like fighting, and then like Snake pops up and it's like playing the Snake
Starts
Eater music.
Yeah,
I was like, what is happening here? But it is weird that this game has been rumored for so long, like this remake, and then they just showed CG with no release date. Like, what the fuck? Like, I feel like they could at least have some kind of gameplay to show us of it at this point.
Yeah, you know, what can you do?
Nothing.
At
Anyways,
least we know it's a real thing now.
that's
know?
true.
Okay. PlayStation has announced a dedicated game streaming device. This one's a weird one.
Yeah.
It's so before everybody gets excited about, like, you know,
It's Vita too.
it's a Vita 2. No, it's not. Unfortunately, this is like using remote play from your. So you have to have a PS5 to work this. Okay?
Yeah.
This is another accessory like the VR headset where you must first have a PS5 in order for this device to have any functionality at all for you.
You can't use PlayStation Plus without a. Could you use PlayStation Plus?
You can't use this without a PS5.
Oh, okay. I didn't know
Like,
that.
it has to connect to a PS5 in your house. And I don't know if it has to be in your house, but you have to be on Wi-Fi to use it.
It's streaming. All it is a streaming device. It's like what you could do this on your phone if you wanted, but your phone doesn't have haptic feedback. You know, PlayStation controller.
Yeah, that's the one thing. You're gonna have a dope haptic feedback and stuff. But like, my question is, are you gonna be able to like go to your friend's house on their Wi-Fi and play from the PS5 on your house at their Wi-Fi?
I think you can do that with PlayStation Remote Play, like as long as it's turned on and you're like signed in or something. I honestly don't know the PlayStation ecosystem that well, but I've heard that their like remote play is good. But the problem is like, or you could just not. You know, you could just do it with your phone. Like this is like $400? How much is this thing?
They didn't give a price, but rumors have put it around $200.
$200. That's not bad, but I mean, like, you could probably buy like a $50 controller for your phone.
Yeah,
and
or
have
you
the
could spend a couple of $100 extra and get a fucking Steam Deck and like remote play to that. You know what I mean? Like,
that's true. You can remote play to a Steam Deck, huh?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it would do everything fucking you'd want after. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
It's cool, but there's too many other cooler things like it right now. You know what I mean? Like
that, and like it's not. It's like it's just nobody wants to stream shit. Like,
and the whole thing is like if I have a handheld, to me, and this is maybe just to me, but the whole point of having a handheld is the ability to take
leave.
it anywhere.
The portability.
I want to go on a road trip and fucking play my games the whole way on the road trip. Then that's what I want to do with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I'm sitting in my house, I'm gonna play on a fucking television. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe they think you're gonna like go and lay in bed and play it there or something. I don't know.
I might, but I'm gonna bring a fucking TV in my room. You know?
There
like,
you go.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But like, I get it. It's cool. It's a cool idea, but like, I don't know. I just don't. I gotta see it in action.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's see. We got a new trailer for Assassin's Creed Mirage, and it got an October release date. I gotta say that this is probably the least excited I've been about an Assassin's Creed game in a while. It looks a lot like the old Assassin's Creed games, you know? And like, I know that's what a lot of people really want, so some people are going to be jizzing themselves like, oh, we're finally back to the roots, you know?
We finally have less gameplay.
Yeah, but it just looks pretty underwhelming to me, like, personally.
It looked
know what I mean?
really kind of boring. It looks like a game that came out in 2007.
That's what it looks like.
It's like,
Man, I thought I was crazy. I was like, man, am I just tripping, or does this look like a fucking old game? Like
it does, and this one is also coming to Xbox as well.
Especially
but,
compared to how stunning the last few fucking Assassin's Creed
Oh,
games are. It's just like I don't know.
They're
man.
like, get ready, we're drawing back everything. And it's like this time you're Bezio, like it's just like they just like were like we couldn't come up with anything, no
But
creativity.
I'm not gonna write it off completely because I really did enjoy the last like 3 Assassin's
Yeah.
Creed games that got made. Like I thought they were really fun, cool games, and like Valhalla is one of the few games that sucked me in as hard as fucking Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom has. You know what I mean? So it's like if they can even get close to that, then I'm all about it. But like I got a feeling we're veering away from that because that's what they think the public wants. You know what I mean?
I find it really strange, and the reason why is because I think Valhalla and those games like didn't sell well or something.
They sold great though. They did.
Did they?
Yeah.
Okay, then I don't know. Maybe it's
Valhalla specifically sold like super good because it came out right whenever the fucking consoles came out. So like everybody who got a PS5 or an Xbox bought Valhalla because it was like the only good RPG at the time for next gen consoles whenever it launched.
Yeah, and it's weird because we were just talking about how they were saying like, oh, Assassin's Creed is all we have. Like that's the only thing that made us money in the past like 4 years. And now we're going to just make it shittier. It's like, what?
My thing is like, okay, if you want to make like a classic scaled back Assassin's Creed,
do it as a side project.
Yeah, do it as a side project. Keep the mainline Assassin's Creed games big, freaking crazy RPGs that are like just so big it's astronomical. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because again, like that's what makes it so great. Like just that overwhelming feeling of like, wow, there's so much, I'll never be able to do all this. That's what makes the fucking Tears of the Kingdom feel so crazy. Like a big lived-in world is like, wow, this is just around every corner there's something. Like,
I was about to say that would be this game Mirage would be like if you took Tears of the Kingdom and then the next game you made Breath of the Wild again instead of like,
dude, exactly.
It's like why it's like all the progressions that happen in Assassin's Creed were progressions of the gameplay. So like all you're doing is taking away gameplay. Like it doesn't make any sense.
Hopefully they're not like taking away too much and they were just showcasing all the stealth stuff they're putting back in. And like maybe there's more to it that they're just not showing in the trailer. But like,
even the environments and stuff looked like it was just like an Xbox 360 game.
Yeah.
Like all the enemies had like the same look to them. Like,
and that's a thing, man. Like I like being able to just climb everything in the old, like in the
newer ones.
I hope that's still a thing. Like I kind of wish you'd put like a Legend of Zelda style like stamina system in the climbing. I think that would make it super interesting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know why. I think that would just be cool.
Well, it makes the game more like it's like, oh, I can literally do anything if I want to work on my, or like increase my stamina or like whatever.
I get to the point where I'm like looking at walls, like gauging how high it is. Like, okay, can I jump up part of the way? Like,
and I'm surprised more games didn't take that from Breath of the Wild. It's like one of the best mechanics like ever, like especially for an open world because it lets you do whatever. But I don't think games want you to be able to do that. I feel like
a good way to restrict the player without really restricting them. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, if you can figure out a way to do that, you can make like 50 potions if you really want to go over that fucking mountain. But you know what I mean? Like,
but I feel like every other game there'll be like a bunch of crashed cars that you can't walk around or something.
Yeah.
It's like
a cooler way to block you off from parts of the world they don't want you.
Yeah,
to go
is
to,
make it gameplay rather than like this tree you can't cut. It's like, why? It's like you just like tore down a whole forest, but don't touch this tree. That shit's so dumb to me. But anyways, read about the headphones because I gotta pee real quick.
What headphones?
They're the AirPods or whatever, the Sony earphones.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
It's on there. You'll find it.
Okay, let me scroll through.
Not worth talking. It's probably up there with the handheld device.
It's definitely not. Hold on. It's probably at the very, very bottom. Hey guys, welcome to GameSpeak Podcast. Scrolling on through. All right, you know what? Fuck those. We're not even gonna talk about that. There's some headphones coming, Sony headphones. Get ready for that. Instead, I'm gonna talk about just oh god. Okay, here we go. A look at Perfect World Games' Tower of Fantasy. Tower of Fantasy is an open-world sci-fi game coming from Hoda Studios. We got a look at the game's bright, colorful landscapes and fast-paced combat. I picked that one because it's probably the least memorable game in the whole showcase.
Which one?
If it's something you're excited about, I'm sorry. Tower of Fantasy. You hype for Tower of Fantasy over
Fuck
there?
no, dude. Wait, which one was that actually? Hold on. Is that the anime-looking one?
It definitely looked anime. I already scrolled way past it.
That game actually came out in 2021 on PC and mobile.
Really?
So, yeah. That was the weird thing. They showed a lot of games where I'm like, why the fuck are y'all showing this? Like, Tower of Fantasy literally is like a game that it came out 2 years ago. I guess like the end of 2021 for mobile. It's a mobile game.
That's weird.
It's like an MMO or something.
Well, I don't know what to say about that, but that, whatever.
Move forward.
Moving on forward. Sorry, the thing is being really laggy. Here we go.
IGN.
It's too much shit on the page. Okay, here we go. Alan Wake 2 is coming on October 17th. This is one that I was probably the most excited about. Like, it looks like the Resident Evil remakes.
It
like,
does,
like graphically and like, gameplay wise. And I like the first Alan Wake a lot. You know what I mean?
It doesn't hold up that well, but nowadays, like with Remedy on it, like, with a modern Remedy, I'm sure it's going to be fucking dope.
I don't know. I played like Alan Wake pretty recently, and I enjoyed it. Like, and
I tried.
It wasn't even the remake. Like, I played like just the fucking PC version of like the normal Alan Wake, and like I enjoyed it.
I played it on Xbox, I think, on the on Game Pass, or I tried to play it on there, and
oh, okay.
Yeah, and I didn't. It's not that I didn't like it. It's just that it didn't feel modern. Like, it felt old.
And did you play the remake or the old one?
I think I played the old one.
Oh, okay, they have a modern remake with like 4K and like HDR.
That's
and
probably
all the,
why.
All the shit, all the bells and whistles. But I didn't play that one. I just played it on PC. But at least on PC, it had like
you could upscale
60
it
frames and all that shit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it wasn't like a terrible experience.
No.
But I enjoyed it a lot. I think the gameplay mechanic is fun, and I think Control was a lot of fun recently. Like, I liked Control, even though it took me like 4 plays to really like get through the game. You know what I mean? Like, I had to restart it several times to like get it to stick. I don't know why.
Yeah, it just doesn't. It's not you jump in and it's just amazing right off the bat.
It's not very easily digestible, but it's a good game.
Yeah.
And I did play it, and I did enjoy it. And I think Alan Wake's going to be really good.
I think it's going to be really good as well with the Jake Gyllenhaal, Jared Leto like clone mix of like he didn't look anything like that.
Anything like Alan Wake from the last.
Like, what the fuck happened? He just get like a full like plastic surgery makeover. But
it's interesting because in Control you find out that it's set in the same universe as Alan Wake. So Alan Wake is It explains everything from Alan Wake in Control if you play the a certain DLC for Control. And the Awe DLC, I think. And it's fucking really cool. I don't know. I won't elaborate too much in case anybody wants to, like, not have it spoiled for themselves. But if you do want more details on just, like, the events of the first Alan Wake game, look up, like, Alan Wake synopsis with, like, Control info on YouTube, and I'm sure you'll find a bunch of cool shit.
Word.
But yeah, that's coming on October 17th, so right in time for Halloween. A little spooky game coming.
That one's also coming to Xbox as well.
Yeah. And then we got Final Fantasy 16. It's got a new trailer ahead of its launch next month.
We've seen so many fucking trailers for this game, but
we
this
know
one's
exactly what's gonna happen in this game for sure.
From front to back.
Although it does look pretty cool. I will say,
cool.
Like the parts where they like turn into giant monsters and start fighting each other. It looks ridiculous, but it also looks dope as fuck. Like this one is a PlayStation exclusive. As far as I know, I don't know if it's like
like how 7 was, where or was supposed to be like a timed exclusive, but just never came to Xbox.
Yeah, I think this is a PlayStation exclusive actually because of the Series S thing. Like, like
because they were saying like the mechanics call for like a SSD setup.
Or no, I think the Series S has an SSD. It's some kind of weird thing that's keeping the Series S from being able to handle it or something.
Really?
I don't know. But like Xbox won't let them just develop it for the Series X, so they're like, fuck it. So that's coming June 22nd. So that's right around the corner.
Nice.
And then we got Dragon's Dogma 2 got a new trailer. So I don't know much about Dragon's Dogma at all, but the trailer looked pretty freaking cool, dude. Like, let's see.
Yeah, that's so Dragon's Dogma was like it was kind of like Skyrim apparently, back whenever it came out. Like it was like a lot of people say it's very similar in like gameplay, not like it's just a big open world fantasy RPG, but it was made to be like a Western RPG, but it was made by like a company that's not a Western company.
Interesting.
So like they were just like, we should try and make one like that, and apparently it's really good. Like a lot of people liked it.
The trailer didn't really show off too much about the game, but it looked really cool. It showed a lot of like cool combat and stuff, but it was all CG, They said it's being developed in the Resident Evil engine though, which is pretty
That's
cool.
good.
I think everything I've seen in the RE engine has been pretty impressive.
Yeah,
so
it looked
far.
beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely, and that one also is coming to Xbox as well. Just, I just want to like let everybody know which ones are coming to what.
All right, and we got Bungie announcing a new game called Marathon.
You know what Marathon is?
What?
That's Bungie's first game that they ever made, like back in the day. So it's like a Apple game.
Oh, that's pretty cool. It says Marathon is first-person shooter Bungie originally released on Mac in 1992, making this a pretty deep cut for Bungie to return to. The game isn't a direct sequel to the original, but Bungie says it belongs in the same universe.
It's an extraction PvP game.
Yeah, it says it's like basically just a multiplayer game. So that looks pretty cool.
Have you played Escape from Tarkov?
I have not.
That's what it is. It's like on Call of Duty. Yeah, it's that DMZ mode. But I thought it's pretty interesting that they're doing it in the Marathon universe because nobody really knows what that is. But
yeah, I had no idea. I thought it was a whole new IP, honestly. Like I didn't know anything about that.
It was like their forerunner to Halo, basically. Halo was like the more like complex, deep version of Marathon.
Interesting.
But
I want to see some gameplay from the original Marathon. You know what I mean?
It's pretty cool. But this one's also coming to Xbox as well.
Yeah, this was another trailer that was just CG, but you know how Bungie does their CG trailers. It
looks dope.
Really dope looking.
Real artistic.
They're really good at making those CG trailers look beautiful. They have been since like the early Halo days. But they know how to get you hyped with some fucking just CG trailers with no gameplay.
Yeah, because you know their gameplay is going to be good.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Like
Bungie does do a good job usually. I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. We got a new look at Street Fighter 6's story mode, which is just,
Street Fighter 6's story mode.
Yeah. Okay. Jade Raymond's Haven Studio reveals Fair Games with like a $sign at the end.
Yeah, this shit looks so bad.
It looks really bad. Let's see. I'll read you the thing about it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sony kicked off the event by revealing Fair Games. So I guess this is the very first thing they announced in the event, which is coming from Jade Raymond's Haven Studios. The game is a competitive heist experience coming to PS5 and PC about robbing ultra-rich. The trailer started with images of hacking before the group attempts, blah, blah, blah. It kind of looks like a futuristic Payday, but like
Payday,
way
for sure.
worse. You know what I mean? I don't know.
It looks like Payday woke version. They were just
Woke Payday, yes, dude.
Like, we're not just doing heist. We're stealing from the rich. And it's like...
These guys deserve it because they're rich.
These guys worked really hard to build up their empire. We're going to take it down. Yeah, but yeah, that game, it looked bad. It was just a CG trailer. We didn't see anything.
Yeah.
But was that one a first party, or is that going to be a
I don't
Sony
know.
game?
It doesn't say anything about that.
I think that one might be coming to Xbox as well. I'm gonna look it up. I don't like that.
It says this is a competitive heist experience coming to PS5 and PC. So
Okay.
I don't think it's coming to anything else.
Yeah, I don't
But don't
like
worry, you're not missing out on very much.
the money symbol in the name. That's gonna be so annoying.
All right, Talos Principle 2 is coming this year. So it says Crow Team's sequel to the Talos Principle is coming to PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC this year. The game was announced back in 2021, and details since its reveal have been slim. The sequel is set to expand the game's philosophical themes, stunning environments, and increasingly mind-bending challenges.
Mind-bending. No,
So, if you like puzzle games,
it's pretty good.
It's not a bad one. It's right in the same vein as like The Wanderer or whatever that one game was.
Or even Portal, kind of.
Yeah, it's very Portal-y.
I would say just play Tears of the Kingdom.
I was about to say, just play Tears of the Kingdom, bro. If you want puzzles,
yeah. When I saw this, I was like, I don't think I need another puzzle game. Like I've got enough.
I don't ever need another puzzle game, dude. Like I was a Splatoon ripoff from Square Enix.
A blatant ripoff. Like, just what the fuck were they thinking? This one is a Sony exclusive, I think.
It is. So now Xbox has got to come up with their own Splatoon ripoff.
I feel like
them's the rules.
I feel like original Xbox, it would have been easy for them to do that because they did that like green slime stuff all the time.
All the time. Yeah, it would have been perfect.
Yeah, they could have done Oddworld like Splatoon or something.
Oh, it would have been perfect.
Yeah, but nowadays
now you can't. Yeah.
We don't need a Splatoon though. I think we're good.
Don't. This is like a hyper-sexualized Splatoon, basically.
It's like e-girl Twitch streamer Splatoon is basically what this is.
Looks pretty bad.
Yeah,
not even gonna lie.
They stole like even the movement and stuff like where you just like dive into the foam, but they're using foam instead of.
It's really dumb. It looks really dumb. But that's okay. We got an indie game called Plucky Squire, about a plucky squire.
That game looked okay.
It looked cute. It was a cute-looking game. Like, the art is really adorable.
You like jump between. It looked like a Link Between Worlds, but like with better graphics.
Like a top-down storybook type thing. You know what I mean?
It goes. It's not just top-down though. Like when you hop out of the book, like it goes into like third-person almost, or like 2D, 3D. I don't know how to explain it.
It's pretty cool.
2.5D maybe.
It looked good. There were some of the more artistic looking indie games were actually some of the highlight, I feel like.
Yeah.
The show, you know what I mean? Phantom Blade Zero is a new hack and slash RPG. So this one actually looks fucking tight. I'm not even gonna lie. This one looks like fucking basically like some sort of
Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, it was giving me like Sekiro vibes, I'm hoping, or Neo vibes. Maybe it's going to be like one of those hard Souls-like type games, you know what I mean?
Apparently this game is like a sequel to some, like apparently there's like these mobile games that were made by this company here, and this is their first like big version of it. Like they were like, this is what we originally wanted to do. I think the original game was called like Phantom Blade.
Yeah, it
something.
says check it out. It says Phantom Blade Zero is revealed today, hack and slash RPG set in the Phantom World. So I guess Phantom World is like a Chinese like fucking D&D type thing. Where it's like a bunch of
like Warhammer almost.
Yeah, exactly. It's a place where Chinese kung fu, steampunk, and more converge. The game will feature fast-paced sword combat, taking in a bleak and punishing semi-open world. The game does not yet have a release date or release window. It looks cool, though. This one is one to keep your eye on for sure. This
one's an exclusive as well for PlayStation. I think this was the big one that I saw that I was like, hell yeah, that's cool. But like, though, at the way that things move in that game, I'm like, how are they going to pull this off?
Yeah, it's going to be really. I think it's going to be one of those where you're having
very
to, like,
linear.
hit the LB at the right times, like a timing.
I hope that's not the case, because like some of the animations,
that's
like
what Sekiro
whenever he was like fighting, he was like whenever he like turned and like leaned into it, was like stabbing and like blocking at the same time, and like all this shit. I'm like, what if all of that was actually like controllable?
That's kind of like I'm saying. That's kind of how Sekiro was, because you'd have enemies coming at you with like chainsaw fucking blades, and you have to like hit the left bumper, like you have to like ba-da-da-da-da,
Almost like a music game.
Yeah, to like block all of them, ba-da-da-da, or if one of them gets through you, it's like half your health bar, you know what I mean? So
Damn.
if you get like 2 hits, you're fucking dead, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
you block like 20 in a row, like.
Though the animations in this were just insane. Like there's nothing in Sekiro that
crazy.
looks that smooth.
No.
Like the smoothness of the fighting was
Yeah.
just, it looked like liquid. It was crazy cool.
I'm interested to see how they're gonna pull that off.
Yeah, for sure.
Then we got Ghost Runner 2 announced, which is the sequel to one of those sleeper indie hits, Ghost Runner 1.
Yeah.
Which was a pretty decent, like tough as nails fucking
Action
like,
platformer.
Action platformer. The original game was decent, you know what I mean? And this one looks like more of the same with motorcycles involved somehow.
Yeah.
So,
like riding down the side of buildings and stuff.
Fucking sweet, throw some motorcycles in, can't go wrong,
Yeah.
Then we got Arrowhead's Helldivers 2 was announced.
That shit looks so boring.
Looks really boring. Some kind of co-op action shooter.
Well, Helldivers 1 apparently was a big deal back, but that was back in like PS3, and it was a top-down, they call it bullet hell.
This one looks fucking shitty to me.
It looks so bad. Like, it looked like a PS3 game. And then also, one thing, everybody keeps saying, they're like, oh, they transitioned from top-down to third-person for this one. But if you look in the video, like blatantly across the screen, it says camera angles may be changed for the trailer, basically. So I'm like, I think it's top-down.
Maybe you can choose if you want.
Maybe
it's like Diablo or something where you can like go
a little bit closer.
Get close, or you can go top down.
Yeah, it's like a PvE co-op game though, I think so.
Okay, yeah, I'm not too hyped about that one, but then we got Giant Squid reveals Sword of the Sea. So this is their next project. It looks like
Journey.
Yeah, it's from the people who did Journey and Izu or whatever, and like you're on a sword, but it's like a skateboard really, and you're like sandboarding through the desert or something. It looks like Journey. It's like Journey 2 basically,
but without being called Journey.
Yeah.
And I think it's not made by the same studio. It's made by like one of the guys who worked on the original Journey or something like that, right?
Yeah. This studio did Abzu and The Pathless.
Yeah.
But I think the Journey guy is there too, for sure, and you can definitely tell. It looks very Journey, so
Which it looks very PS3. That's another one. It looks okay, but like it honestly, I was just like, this has already been done.
Yeah, I'm not mad about it. Like if it's just like a chill ass game, I'm not gonna buy it though. You're gonna have to put that on the
PlayStation Plus. Yeah.
Then we got an actual look at the Resident Evil 4 remake in VR.
That looked dope.
It looks fucking dope, bro. And like, I'm not gonna lie, as soon as they drop this shit, I'm playing fucking Resident Evil 4 again for like the 3rd time in like a year.
Yeah, dude.
Because it looks sweet, man. Like, it looks really, really good, and I cannot wait to bust that out. Then we got Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted 2 announced for late 2023. So the original Help Wanted was a VR game. So I'm thinking this will also be a VR game.
It is. I think they did like 4 VR games together, like back to back to back.
They announced a few of them, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but neither of those were included in those 4. I don't.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah. Sorry, it's loading very slow. The Gris creator has revealed Neva, which it looks like a really sad fucking game about like this lady and her like dear friend dies.
It's a dog.
Oh, a dog friend dies.
Yeah, I was like, why you kill a dog right?
Comes up and he's like, "Mom!" And then it's just like, okay, and then this commercial just ends, and it's like, okay, that was depressing as fuck. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, like here, let us show. I think that was probably my least favorite one. Like, how are you just gonna kill a dog on screen?
Yeah,
and then
straight up just murder a dog, and then just like Gris coming 2024.
Like people are gonna love this. It's like, so your last game was a fucking mobile game, and then you're gonna come out and kill a dog on screen.
Was that supposed to make me want to buy the game?
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? Like,
it looks so bad.
I would rather get Cat Quest, Pirates of the Caribbean, which is coming out next year.
Yeah, a new installment of the Cat Quest games.
This looks both like adorable as fuck and horrible at the same time.
Adorable.
Adorable.
It looks like it has some like Wind Waker vibes to it, but you're like just cats. So like I don't really know how that's gonna go down. But apparently it's a mobile game franchise as well.
Let's see. This one says Towers of Agashba is a Breath of the Wild like coming next year. I don't really remember this. I'm not even gonna lie. I legitimately don't even remember this. But the picture I'm seeing shows a little dude on a glider gliding around in a Breath of the Wild.
Let me see.
Looking.
Hold on. No. Okay, so it's not a Breath of the Wild like. What it is a.
It says it.
I know, but they're wrong. I watched that trailer like 3 times because I was trying to figure out what it is. It doesn't look like, okay, sure, he fucking can paraglide, but like, first off, the movement is nothing like, Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom. It doesn't, the art doesn't look that way. The game looks like it's like a life sim type situation. Like it's like a builder, kind of like what was that other game? Like the Forest.
Stardew Valley. Oh, the Forest.
It's something like the or like where you have to gather resources and build up, and then like you build bigger areas.
I'm sick of games like that, bro.
Yeah, same.
Do not give me a game like that.
That's what it looks like to me, though.
I don't want it.
I don't want it.
We got Revenant Hill coming to PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. Revenant Hill is a new adventure coming from the makers of Night in the Woods. So there you go.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty cool. And then we got Grand Blue Fantasy Relink is coming this winter. If you know anything about Grand Blue Fantasy, they're just like fighting games, basically, I think.
And they're about to relink.
They're about to relink, bro.
Yeah.
So get ready. Ultros is a colorful Metroidvania coming next year. This one actually looks really cool. It's got like a church like painting art style, like Pentiment kind of or something, but it's like less like ye old and more like, I don't even know how to describe
it looks like
it looks beautiful.
It looks
though.
like what people who haven't done shrooms imagine shrooms is like, like like it's like psychedelic, bro. Like you know what I'm talking about? And like, not that I've done shrooms. This is what I imagine, like it's like psychedelic. It's like I listen to Pink Floyd in my room alone type look. That's what I got from it. Like it looks like that, but mixed with guacamole or something.
Yeah, like guacamole through a stained glass window.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we Tower Fantasy game. Okay, and here's the 4 PSVR games. It says 4 new PSVR 2 games, but 2 of these we already knew about, so it's really unfair for them to say 4 new PSVR 2 games. The first one is Crossfire Sierra Squad, which we got more gameplay on, and it looks dope as fuck. Like, it looks really dope. Like, it's just, the clip just showed a guy with a machine gun just, like, blasting his way through a fucking room full of terrorists or some shit. It looked cool. I mean, it just looks like a basic military shooter like Call of Duty or something, but in VR. But it looked like a lot of fun. Then we got a trailer for Arizona Sunshine 2, which is one of the biggest surprises to me of the whole show, to be honest with you. Arizona Sunshine 1 is one of those, like, launch VR games that's, like, when VR first came out, it was, like, there was no games out for it, And
Yeah.
Arizona Sunshine was one of the few games that was, like, a full campaign, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And you could play it in co-op with a friend, and, like, you and a buddy could blast your way through fucking zombie apocalypse together. And it was kind of a bare bones game at the heart of it, but, like, at the end of the day, it was a lot of fun, So I'm really excited to see what they've come up with for a sequel. You know what I mean? If they've advanced the technology, because they were pushing the boundaries whenever VR first came out. You know what I mean? So if anybody's got like a toe in the game longer than them, I just think that they're going to put out a good product. So I'm excited to see what they do.
Yeah.
Then we got Synapse PSVR 2 gameplay. I honestly don't remember this. I don't remember it at all, but, c'est la vie. Then we got a Beat Saber trailer that had, like, Queen music playing, and it was like Beat Saber out now. Also, you can get the Queen track plaque, and then yeah. So there you go.
Nice. Beat Saber.
And let's see what else we got. Firewalks Concord is coming next year to PS5 and PC. Concord is the first AAA project from Firewalk Studios. New PvP multiplayer game set in a sci-fi universe. New gameplay trailer for Immortals of Avium. And that's it. So there you go. That's the PlayStation Showcase.
Word. Yeah.
A lot going on there. Some of it's interesting, some of it not so much. I'm glad we haven't just forgotten about VR, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was about to say, I think the PSVR got the best part of the show, to be honest with you, with that Resident Evil 4. I feel like Spider-Man was cool, but like everybody already knows that's coming. Everybody's,
I think Metal Gear Solid is probably the star of the show here. You know
think
what I mean?
so?
Yeah.
Above Resident Evil remake for the PSVR?
Absolutely. I think it just general hype-wise, probably.
Yeah,
yes.
that's
You
true.
know what I mean?
I just feel like more people are hyped about it, not ever having played it, than they are like actual people who played it. I feel like people who played it are kind of skeptical because of Kojima not being involved, but I guess the hype would be like, oh, Metal Gear, it's back, you know, but it's not back though. I don't trust it. I'm sure it'll be cool, but like I just don't trust if Kojima's not on it. I'm one of those guys that it's just like I trust Kojima. In Kojima we trust around here, you know, like
I don't know, man. I don't see why it would make that much of a difference, especially for a remake, you know? Like I don't feel like don't get me wrong.
yeah.
Don't get me wrong when I say this, you know? But like I think we can still make a good Metal Gear game without fucking Kojima, dude. I think we can still make a good any game that Kojima has ever been involved in without Kojima. You know what I mean? I really do. I think we can make Silent Hill just fine without Kojima. I think we can make Metal Gear just fine without Kojima.
I don't know.
And I think a lot of people are going to disagree with me, but it is what it is.
Yeah, no, I mean,
you get the right writer, it's not going to fucking matter. There's plenty of Kojimas out there that aren't fucking super famous like Kojima and are just as talented of, writers and fucking, game makers. You know what I mean? And
I personally don't think he's that talented, but I think whenever it comes to Metal Gear, he's got a very specific flair to his world.
I think he's respected enough to where he can take creative liberties that
Yeah.
most people would be laughed out of the room for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times it pays off. You
So
know what I mean?
I wouldn't even say a lot of time. I think some of the time, sometimes his stuff is just out there. I feel like most of his stuff is like if you took like the 80s like G.I. Joe cartoon and like turned it into a video game and like
Yeah.
it's like literally that like you got like fucking the Fat Man guy on rollerblades and like all this stuff. Like it's just so weird. And then like there's just like fucking vampires and like it's just, like just crazy shit. Like you imagine like street sharks or whatever would show up in one of them. You know, like he's good. Like but I just think it's because Metal Gear is so weird like that and very specific that like you got to. I mean, Snake Plissken or whatever. Literally, it's based off of Escape from New York. You know, you got Kurt Russell. Like all of it is just like stolen from like 80s cheese, and he does really good at it. I don't know. He's just good at cheese, but like making it fun.
Yeah.
So
There's nothing wrong with that, but I think other people could definitely do it too. You know what I mean?
I wish they would have remade 2 though instead of 3. To be honest with you.
Really?
Oh, dude, I love the sequel.
I think 3 might be my favorite.
Really?
Yeah.
It felt too linear to me after playing the sequel.
I like 3. I don't know.
Even though they're both linear.
I
but
like 4 too. A lot of people don't talk about 4, but Sons of the Patriots is
Never
a
played
fucking
that one.
Sick game, dude. Like it's really good.
Because that one I think was a exclusive, right?
I like 4 more than 5, honestly. Like I'm not a big fan of 5.
A lot of people didn't like 5 though.
5 started out really strong for me, and then it just was like.
It was like them trying to make Breath of the Wild.
Yes, dude. I had the same problem with 5 as I had with Breath of the Wild. It was just a big open world that was empty with too little fucking like payoff between like cutscenes. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. It starts off strong as fuck though. That first like intro video,
dude, it had me going for a few hours because
I was like, holy shit!
I was like, if I just get more of that, I'm in.
And you do not get more of that,
bro. That first part where you're like crawling under the hospital beds as the dude's,
that dude
like,
just like
floats
up,
that
just
shit
like
is badass.
Yeah.
I was like, I was legitimately thinking this is gonna be the sweetest fucking game ever.
Oh,
while
yeah.
I was playing that, and then it just instantly gets bad, like just instantly. Some people really love that game though. Like, some people play the shit out of it. Like
I think all the budget went to that first cutscene, and then and then Konami was like, "Hey, we're not gonna make video games anymore." Like halfway through that game,
there's got to be at least one more cutscene that's that sweet, like towards the end of the game or something. You
that
know
we
what I mean?
haven't seen. Yeah, I agree. Anyways, I guess I will move on here. What do we got? So that Lord of the Rings Gollum game came out, and basically it did just as well as we had talked about or imagined that it would do. And by that we mean it did terrible. So basically the game was so bad and it got so many bad reviews that the developers of the Lord of the Rings Gollum game came out and gave like an apology.
This might be one of the most like universally hated games of all time, dude.
It's like E.T. of modern day, like the Atari E.T. game.
I read the IGN review of it, and it was like my game crashed 120 times while I was playing.
Apparently, even if it didn't crash, though, the game is just ass. Like you just literally follow people around like underground. Like they're like, hey, I need to go over here, and so you like walk with them and then walk back. Or like do whatever. There's like no gameplay at all. Apparently.
That sounds so bad.
It looks really bad. But apparently they're working on a different Lord of the Rings game now. That's like part of the news as well. It's like, yeah, just stop. Just stop now.
Somebody take the fucking power away from them. Good God. Somebody should have stopped that in the fucking development stages. You know what I mean?
They should have stopped it right when somebody was like, what if we make a whole game about Gollum? They should have been like... that shit sounds
probably their
ass.
Fucking the Kojima of their team was like, I got the idea. You know,
They're
like, all right, man. Steve's always got these crazy ideas.
It's like, what if we just made it about, you know, like who are the two hobbits that no one gives a fuck about? The Pippin and Merry. We'll just make it all about them. But
that's their next game, bro.
Yeah, but before anything happens at all, like they'll just be in the Shire. We're
gonna make a whole Lord of the Rings game about those talking trees.
Yeah,
you know?
But have just them standing there for thousands of years.
Yeah, that's the whole game.
Anyways, did you have anything else?
Oh yeah, let's see what we got here. Okay, Alone in the Dark is getting a remake. Amid all the other remakes that are being announced, it's easy to get buried, but this one is going to have David Harbour in it. And
nice.
The chick from, Emily Hartwood. I forgot what she was from.
I don't know who that is.
But David Harbour, you know, everybody likes David Harbour, you know.
David Harbour.
Or no, I'm sorry, not Emily Hartwood. That's her character that she's playing. Her name is Jodie Comer. She's from Free Guy. So,
okay.
Her from Free Guy and David Harbour from Stranger Things. They're both going to be in this. Looks pretty interesting.
Nice.
I don't know. Alone in the Dark is such an old game that's like they're going to have to fundamentally like remake
change the game.
You know. So
yeah.
It's either going to be really good or really bad. Definitely worth keeping an eye on though.
For sure. The Last of Us multiplayer apparently got delayed, the multiplayer game that they've been working on, Factions or whatever.
Oh, no.
So, as reported by Bloomberg, the quality and long-term viability, end quote, of the much-anticipated The Last of Us multiplayer game has seemingly come into question. As a result, sources have claimed a quote-unquote small group remains on the project while the company re-evaluates the direction. Bloomberg notes that the game has not been canceled at this time, but many of the developers that were working on the project have been moved to others within the company.
Damn.
Following Bloomberg's request for comment from Naughty Dog, the studio released a statement you can read below, which it says basically here, I'm going to read their statement on Twitter. It says, We know many of you have been looking forward to hearing more about our The Last of Us multiplayer game. We're incredibly proud of the job our studio has done thus far, but as development has continued, we've realized that what is best for the game is to give it more time. Our team will continue to work on the project as well as our other games in development, including a brand new single-player experience we look forward to sharing more soon. We're grateful to our fantastic community for your support. Thank you for your passion for our games. It continues to drive us. So, I mean,
It's not like a no, yeah.
but in the midst of announcing that they're losing developers to that game, they did announce they're working on a single player IP. So that's cool.
That is cool.
But yeah, so that's word from Naughty Dog. What you got?
Well, let's see. All right. Microsoft's upcoming Summer Game Showcase, including the Xbox Game Showcase and the Starfield Direct, will be screened live in some theaters in the U.S.
Oh, nice.
People who are registered for the Xbox Fan Fest can claim tickets to watch the events on the big screen in June at Fathom Events locations across the U.S. Microsoft will send out an email with instructions for how to claim tickets on June 1st. And the site to grab the tickets goes live on June 2nd at 7 a.m. In addition to tickets to see the events, Microsoft is giving everyone a $10 credit towards movie theater snacks.
Nice. We should go like we did the PlayStation or the E3 one because I'm off on Tuesday. It's Tuesday basically.
It's the actual thing. The showcase itself is on June 11th on Sunday.
Oh, I thought it was on. But I'm off on Sunday as well. But I thought the theater one was on the 6th. Wait. Oh, it's on the 11th, huh? The whole show is.
Yeah, the whole show's on the 11th.
Well, I'll be off on that day as well. We could do
I'm
that.
not 100% sure if I'm going to be off or not. But
Dang.
if I'm not going to be off, I'm going to be watching it at work. So.
Yeah, for sure. But anyways, let me see.
Can't wait to hear more about Starfield. That's what I'm excited about now.
I mean, I'm interested to see what they're going to announce at the actual, game showcase because, dude, they have it like teed up right now. Like, like they could easily come out with some shit and actually win once right now because I mean the PlayStation showcase was good, but that's all it was good. Compared to what Sony normally puts out, which is just fucking bangers. So, like, this is their only chance to come in and be like, hey, we got a good showcase, like.
They also have to be careful, though, because, like, you can't just be doing what you did when you first started buying all the studios and, like, dropping all these fucking trailers for stuff that's never going to fucking come out.
But that's what I'm talking about. We need the trailers for the games that they mentioned years ago.
Yeah.
Like, we need
gameplay
trailers.
Yeah, that would be wonderful.
Like, if they came out and they were like, here's fucking Fable, here's fucking, whatever, I don't even remember what games they had back then, but, like, fucking Fable, maybe whatever's happening with Perfect Dark, like, show us a little bit more of that.
Cool.
Bethesda, like, give us another Bethesda announcement or show us gameplay from,
you just give us Fable, Perfect Dark, and Starfield. That's a good showcase right there.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like, literally just those three would be enough to be, like, a fucking...
And some gameplay from, like, the Outer Worlds 2 or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, show us gameplay from that and give us a release date.
Avowed, that'd be cool.
Oh, no, Avowed. Okay, yeah, forget Perfect Dark because I don't think that's ever going to happen. But Avowed... like to give us a Skyrim type game.
Yeah.
Fucking Fable to give us a Fable, like, and then Starfield, those three right there would be banger enough, so.
Yeah.
Where were we getting at? Oh yeah. Okay. So anyways, remember how last week I said the Pokemon Game Freak Pokemon team basically came out and said that, oh, we're about to put Pokemon Home on the Switch, and they gave like a date, and then they came back and they're like, oh, we accidentally posted that. We didn't mean that. Well, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet support is finally being added to Pokemon Home on May 30th after Nintendo announced and then canceled the update last week. So, but they said it was going to be on the 29th when they originally announced it, but now it's going to be on the 30th.
So weird.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit, to be honest, because the only thing I'm ever going to use my Switch for the rest of time is
Tears of the Kingdom.
Honestly, dude, I've never had as much fun with my Switch as I have the past, like, week playing this game. Like, fucking, I've played so many fucking games on that Switch, and the closest fun-wise I've come is Fire Emblem Three Houses. That was also a really fun game, but it's nowhere near as good as fucking Tears of the Kingdom.
No.
You know what I mean? That's just a masterpiece of a game. It's incredible that they made this work on the fucking
On that,
Switch.
yeah.
Like,
you can't even tell the frames dip because of how small the screen is.
well, not just that. I play it on the fucking 4K TV, like
Me too.
big ass monster fucking TV. Like I'll know if I see like it's a very very stable
Rare, yeah.
30 frames per second. Like the frame pacing is perfect in that game.
Oh yeah.
Like it's actually crazy. The only time I get any kind of frame dips is when I'm doing like insane shit with the fucking
With like a million parts
I'll put,
stuck
like,
together.
10 logs together and make like a fucking,
Dude, and the fact you can like jump from a sky island and dive all the way to the depths without like a loading or anything.
Yeah.
Just
Crazy,
dive in,
bro.
dude. Yeah, apparently the game was done, like, this is technically news, but apparently the game was done a year ago, but they spent a year just doing bug work. Like,
You can really tell,
like, polished and stuff,
You
yeah.
can really tell. I mean, it just feels so polished. I haven't had a single bug.
No.
I haven't turned the game off
Ever.
since I turned it on.
Yeah.
Like, it has been running. There's been no crashes. Actually, I turned it off once to do some sort of update that they did.
That was because they got rid of the, there was a couple of bugs which were actually, like, duplication bugs.
Like glitches people were exploiting.
Yeah, and so Nintendo was like, nah, and like came in and got rid of those, so people got mad. But it's like, you can't win with gamers, because if they would have left it in, then people would have been mad, like, oh, you gave us a broken game, but like they fix it. Oh, but I was using that. It's like, whatever.
That's what happened with The Witcher 3. There used to be this glitch where you could like kick a beehive over to the fucking like vendor. Like you kick a beehive off this tree, and then you kick it like all the way across town to this vendor. And, like, it gets to the vendor, and it kills the vendor or something. And then you can, like, go in his, like, your dog's, like, eating. So you can, like, you can go in his, like, bag, and you just take, like, whatever you want duplicated, and you get, like, 1 million of them or something. You know what I mean? And it was, like, the best glitch ever. And they eventually took it out. But, like, if you had done it before, like, they took it out, you got all the shit from, like, they didn't take away all the stuff you got from it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So
That's cool.
it was interesting.
Yeah, Nintendo decided that wasn't going to happen, so got rid of that. What else do you got?
Let's see what we got here. In celebration of the 40th anniversary of Tetris, McDonald's locations in China are releasing a new Chicken McNugget-shaped handheld gaming device with the hit puzzle game installed.
They probably don't even know what the fuck that is. They didn't even have video games till like 5 years ago.
They probably have to have the Tetris on deck in case their fucking time limit goes up. So they, you know what I mean? They're like, shit, I'm out of my 1 hour to play today.
Yeah.
I gotta play Tetris now. You know?
Can't wait to celebrate at the McDonald's. Like, China.
No, but that's honestly the coolest thing I've heard of from China in a long time. So
For sure.
hell yeah, China.
Hell yeah, China. So apparently Xbox has officially appealed the UK CMA decision to block Activision Blizzard deal. I'm not going to read about it, just saying that they put in the official like appeal, so we'll see how that goes. But this one I found pretty interesting because we were talking about how the PSVR 2 was doing. Apparently, the PlayStation VR 2 is off to a stronger start than reports indicated, as Sony has revealed the virtual reality headset had a better launch than the original PSVR. Shared in a business presentation, Sony revealed that the PSVR 2's first 6 weeks outperformed the original PSVR's first 6 weeks, coming in at just below 600,000 units sold. Specific numbers are unclear on the provided graph, but the original PSVR came in closer to 500,000. So it did about 100,000 units more in the first 6 weeks than the original.
Yeah,
So.
but also, like, okay, that should be expected, honestly. Like, with the growth of the VR industry, like, okay, the original PSVR was a huge gamble on PlayStation's part.
Yeah.
Because the VR industry as a whole was just infantile. You know what I mean? Like, it was very, very risky for them to dip a toe into such an unknown and untested marketplace, and the numbers showed that. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't do as good as it could have, but it also did better like in some aspects because there weren't any budget alternatives to VR. So like at the time whenever the original PSVR came out, it was the cheapest VR. You know what I mean? Like it was the Oculus Quest. It was the fucking now VR's more popular. Okay? Way more VR adopters, way more people daily headset users, but there's also more alternatives. There's cheaper alternatives, there's more expensive alternatives. You know what I mean? There's more competition in general, but there's also more of an adoption of VR as a medium. You know what I mean? So with all these factors thought about and like factored in, I guess a little bit better than your original sales is probably still pretty good. So yeah, that's not bad. Good for them.
Probably not bad. No.
At least they're not like just fucking bleeding out over there, you know? Like, and I'm glad that they made more than they need, you know? Like, that's a good thing. At the end of the day, people aren't fighting over them, you know?
Yeah.
You'll sell them eventually, you know what I mean?
Definitely. And if they keep putting out good games, maybe more people will buy them, so.
Absolutely. Exclusives are where it's at with VR, you know? I mean, that's what's going to get the VR people to go buy another headset.
Definitely.
You know? Okay. Alan Wake 2 is set for release this October. I'm not even going to read this whole thing, but Alan Wake 2 isn't putting out a physical disc version of the game.
Yeah.
And Remedy has said in a Q&A that, like, basically they're doing this to cut costs of game production.
Yeah.
So on PC, Alan Wake 2 is going to cost $50. On console, Alan Wake 2 is going to cost $60. And they said that they're able to do this strictly because they're not paying a publisher to make, like, a fucking disc version of the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, my question to you is, would you rather just never have a disc version of a game again and have the prices stay at $60?
Oh, yeah. Dude, I don't buy disc stuff ever. But the thing is like, it takes away from people who like to sell their games when they're done with them.
Right.
You know, so that's...
Well, and also, you know, at the end of the day, like, okay, yeah, your game is more expensive now on disc, but, like, you know, a year or two down the line, you get a resale version of the disc version, you know what I mean? You might be able to get it cheaper than you would on, like, a digital storefront, even if it's on sale, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like, with this, you'll never be able to find it used, you know, like, that's the only problem.
This also gives companies, like, limited run games a chance to jump in and make a limited run, you know what I mean? Like...
Also, I mean, I've always been for the digital future. I'm like, whatever, fuck it.
I'm with it, yeah. Like, honestly, like... I only got the disc version of the PS5 because, like, I might want to do some backwards compatible shit and just, like, get old console games, you know what I mean? Like, but even then, it's like I don't find myself using the disc drive very much.
No.
You know, almost all of my games are digital. The only game I have that isn't digital, I think, is Gran Turismo or something, and it basically just lives in my fucking disc drive.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly, because there's nothing to swap it out with.
I will say this, though. You get a fucking Blu-ray movie or something, you know what I mean? It's nice to have it there, even though I never use it.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm also all digital whenever it comes to movies. Like, if I want to watch something, I just rent it on fucking... I just stream it.
Yeah, I think the disc tray is better if you're like an off the grid kind of person. You know what I mean?
You live in like fucking Mississippi in the fucking woods somewhere, or like Georgia or South Dakota, somewhere over there, Alabama. You know, but we got places here.
Almost every console I've ever had in the past, my disc tray has at some point fucked up on me too.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I'm forced to just play digital games. Like, you know what I mean?
That's how it goes.
Interesting thought though. I'm not opposed to an all digital future if it knocks the game prices down back to normal.
I agree. We did get some info on you know, what Will Smith has been up to since his notorious slap.
Nice.
Apparently, this Undawn is an upcoming open-world survival RPG, debuting a new legendary survivor to the game, Trey Jones. Trey Jones is being played by Oscar-winning actor Will Smith. Trey will act as a guide to help other survivors navigate the world 4 years after a global disaster. In this new civilization, players will explore an expansive open world filled with diverse environments such as plains, mines, deserts, swamps, and abandoned cities, each with unique ecosystems and dangers. Check out the trailer to see the Man in Black in action. Undawn is launching on iOS, Android, and PC on June 15th. So June 15th,
Hell yeah.
you get to play as Will Smith. Heard the game's gonna slap, dude. No, just kidding. No, just kidding. No, that's like the comment on like every video I've seen of it. Like the top comment is like, dude, this game's gonna slap. I love that shit.
Oh, that's funny.
But I'm down. I mean, I think Will Smith's a great actor. So like he might be not the greatest at not slapping people, but
you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here and just play around. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What's that?
I like Will Smith way more after slapping the shit out of Chris Rock. You know what I mean? I already liked Will Smith. You know? I think most people's Will Smith-o-meter just kind of went down a few notches after he slapped Chris Rock.
Definitely.
Mine went up a few notches. I'm like, yeah, you slapped the shit out of that motherfucker. Dude. You go, bro.
I agree.
You don't give a fuck, dude.
I mean, he did not, and
you don't give a fuck, bro. He's right in the middle of the Oscars or whatever. He just slapped the shit out. That's awesome.
Keep my wife's name.
That was like the best television we've had in fucking years, man.
That's what I was saying. He brought all the action to the fucking.
Like, sorry, he made y'all's event fucking worth watching.
That's true. Also, I mean, it is what it is. Like between them two, like I think Chris Rock's being a real bitch about it.
He really is.
Like at this point, it's like just be like, all right, it's all good, dude. Like I know you're probably just having a bad day. Like.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, you got to make a few jokes about it in your next stand-up, but like,
he's still like crying about it.
He is real fucking butthurt about
this.
Like,
that one slap made you popular again. Like nobody gave a fuck about Chris Rock before he got slapped by Will Smith. You know
that's what I'm saying. There's no such thing as bad
publicity. Yeah, like nobody would have watched his special on Netflix if he wouldn't have been slapped.
His neck shit was so hot because of that.
But he could have came back on that that special and been like, yo, me and Will are cool actually. Like he slapped me and whatnot. Because like Will Smith reached out to apologize and shit. Like but he's just like, nah. I'm gonna take this to the grave.
I got slapped.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it.
Be friends with you. No.
It's like, nah, dude, that's the ego right there. Like, I don't give a. I'd be like, yeah, I'm sorry. I took the joke too far or whatever, but I'm still gonna do it next year too. So, like, just be, honest. Be like, hey, just don't come, if you're gonna want to slap me. But like, I mean, I'm cool with you and whatnot. I still like your movies. I don't know. I just think it's sad that like because of that one situation, like Will Smith is just done. Like nobody talks about him in movies anymore. He's got to go make a mobile game. You know,
one little fight.
Yeah,
fucking mom got scared. God dang, man.
That's funny. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I Am Legend still. That's probably not my top 3, but it's in my top 10.
It's a good movie.
I love that movie.
Good movie.
And not because of the situation, just Will Smith's acting alone in that movie. Like, just his acting.
Totally.
Like, the story's cool. But,
love that dog, too.
Dude, the dog and, like, his relationship with the dog. It was if you took the part from Castaway with Wilson and, Tom Hanks and made a whole movie about it.
Yes, dude. Castaway and 28 Days Later morphed into one.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Literally. That's what it was. And it was just about the relationship between him and the dog. And, like, he's the last guy,
Yeah.
And he's, like, singing the...
And it's weird little mannequins, like...
Oh, yeah.
Wilson, fucking... Dude, I don't know, man.
It
was a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the best, like...
No.
Like... Not even the best zombie movie though.
I wouldn't call it a zombie movie though. It's like an infection movie or like a pandemic movie because
I would consider it a zombie movie. Like
you think so?
it tries to definitely be different and like switch it up and like, oh, are they zombies? Are they vampires? What are they?
That's true.
But it's like at the end of the day, it's a zombie movie.
I think
they're fast zombies. It's kind of like World War Z with some vampire attributes to them.
I think the reason why I see it differently is because I see it as like a Last Man on Earth movie. It's not really about the zombies. It's more about this guy trying to like make up for the fact that his family was killed for and if he dies, then it was all for nothing because like he's got to find that cure. You know what I'm saying? It's all about this guy's rush to get the cure or like the vaccine or whatever he's trying to make, but in the meantime, he's losing his mind because he's alone, and he's like just talking to mannequins and like, you know, but he's trying to stay in shape, trying to stay healthy and get all this stuff done. Like that's what I'm talking about. Like you don't get that in a lot of zombie movies. Zombie movies are always about multiple people get in drama between them. Yeah. This like all the drama was there, but it's just one guy talking to inanimate objects, you know?
I like that he's like the only character really.
Yeah.
You know? I think that's what made the beginning of 28 Days Later so impactful is when he's walking through that city and there's like nobody there and you're just like, what, you know, like
there's like lions and shit.
You know what I mean? Like I feel like they should have.
Oh wait, I'm mixing that up with something else. There's not lions. Yeah, there is a lion because he's like driving and he's chasing the deer to get food.
I don't even remember that part.
Yeah, he's like driving his like sports car like because he, you know, the cities are empty, so he's just driving like chasing after like a deer because that's what he's gonna eat or whatever to kill it.
I don't remember that at all.
And a fucking lion jumps out and grabs it because like it had some very Last of Us like growth of like the jungle coming back.
The first one?
There's only one movie.
No, there's not.
What are we talking about?
28 Days Later?
No, I'm talking about the Will Smith movie.
Oh, I Am Legend. Yeah,
I Am Legend. Yeah, I was still talking about I Am Legend.
My bad. Yeah, no, yeah, that did happen.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like,
I have to watch that again. That's a good movie.
It's a good movie, dude. It holds up. And I'm saying that as someone who hasn't watched it in years, so I don't know if it holds up.
I bet the CG doesn't hold up. I remember thinking the CG was dope back in the day, but I bet it's really bad now.
No, probably really bad. I bet iRobot's really bad too.
Oh my god, dude, that was another good movie though.
It was a good movie. Oh man, I'm gonna go on a Will Smith fucking
we should have a Will Smith
marathon.
Dude.
Oh yeah, dude.
We should watch all of Will Smith's movies and then come back and rank them all.
Yeah, based
from
on
best to worst,
like on how well they slap.
I feel like Men in Black would be at the top of the list somewhere. That's a fucking slapping ass movie.
Men in Black.
Men in Black is
Men in
so
Black
good.
is great. Yeah.
The part where he shoots the little girl at the fucking like where it's like the fucking target practice. He's like, that guy's just swinging on the light pole, working on his fitness. It's like an alien.
Yeah, she's so funny. Anyways, yeah, what you got, Brett?
That's it. I'm out. All I got now is Chat GPT ready to make a thing for us.
Yeah, I'm also done here. Let's go ahead. Oh, well, and there's also no hot releases this week. Nothing good coming out. Next week there is, but not this week. So
that's okay. I need at least another week to play Breath of the Wild.
Right.
You know, at least.
All right, Brent, give me some of that Chat GP trivia.
Okay, should we make it about a specific thing? Should we even make it about video games this time? What should we?
Oh, you want to just switch it up?
What should we do? What do you think? Should we pick a video game? Should we pick a movie? Should we
just tell it to give you 3 medium difficult trivia questions, like just across the board.
Okay, yeah.
Let's see how crazy it gets.
Give me 3 medium difficulty trivia questions. Okay, here we go. Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's try and really thinking. All right, here we go. Question 1. What is the capital city of Australia?
Oh, is it Melbourne? No.
No.
Sydney.
Well, again, this could be wrong. I'm gonna look this up just to make sure it's not.
Yeah, look up the capital city of Australia. What did not know? What is the capital?
Well, you don't look it up.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay, yeah, you're right. I mean, I don't know any other Australian cities, so those are my only 2. It's Melbourne and Sydney. I thought it was Sydney.
Okay, no, the thing was right. It is Canberra.
Yeah, I would never know that.
Yeah, I would never know that either. So
I still think that's made up.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
It's medium difficulty unless you are from anywhere other than Australia.
Yeah.
It's fucking hard as fuck. Okay, let's go back to the questions. All right, question number 2. Which planet in our solar system has the largest number of moons?
Oh.
You only get one guess. Because there's only a finite amount of planets in our solar system. So
the largest number of moons?
Yes, the most amount of moons.
Venus.
You're wrong. It is Jupiter.
Damn.
According to ChatGPT. I have to add
No, you're probably right.
I have to add that disclaimer because I don't know if ChatGPT is full of shit sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not big on moons, you know?
I know Jupiter has quite a few moons.
Yeah.
Okay, question 3. Oh, this is an easy one. Who painted the famous artwork, The Starry Night?
Van Gogh.
There you go. You got it.
I got 1 out of 3. Nice. Okay, yeah.
All right.
That's good. That's good. That's a little tough. The grab bags are tough because I'm not.
You never
like,
know what kind of trivia it's gonna give you.
Yeah. Oh, so like geography, not my thing.
We gotta give it a topic next time. You know.
Yeah. We'll do like a science or like a history or like we'll just make it like school basically. But anyways, remember, you've been listening to GameSpeak Podcast, courtesy of GameSpeakPodcast.com. The show posts for free every Wednesday on all podcast platforms. But you can watch it live before anyone else on twitch.tv/GameSpeakPodcast or Facebook.com/group/GameSpeakPodcast or YouTube every Monday evening at 7:50 p.m. CST. Be sure to join us and the rest of the GameSpeak community at dsc.gg/GameSpeakPodcast. Check out our other video content on YouTube. And if you want to stay up to date with your boys, you can find me on Twitter at the handle Jaffer Jamel, Brent at Brent has one. That's the number 1, and Devin at Devondrius. And check out the GameSpeak Podcast Instagram. Until next time, listeners,